Hey, should be working now. Hello? Let's see here. Hang on. Hello? Yep, it's working.
Hi,
Hey, you.
how are you doing today?
I was having a little mishaps with my other cam this morning. I don't know why it wouldn't work, but wouldn't work, and then I couldn't find my one I usually use. So.
Yeah, electronics suck sometimes.
Hey, I'm just surprised this thing's still working. I've been having problems with it for the last month. My computer, it's really old and it's on its last leg.
Yeah,
I'm hoping I'm hoping to build another one. My son gave me some parts, and I just need to get some more stuff to build another one.
that's
I'm
cool.
hoping I can do that this month.
Good.
So, how you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm good. I've been up since like 2 this morning.
Really, I woke up at 3 for some reason.
Yeah, I this is where I get my quiet time before my daughter gets up or anybody gets up in the house. So I usually do my studies or I listen to somebody's show or I do my poetry, just go outside and look at the stars. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I've been thinking a lot about things, our communication yesterday, and I was thinking about Oregon and some of the things that I've learned working with people in Oregon. And, you know, I I wanted to know what people felt, how people felt about some of the laws in Oregon. And one of them that bothers me is the law that when a person dies, that the morgue, they take the eyeballs out of a person there in Oregon and they use it for scientific experiments.
What?
Yeah, it's part of the veterans, uh, uh, something about the veterans, the VA hospital, that they do this. Is
So
that
just at the VA or at all hospital or all people that pass?
all people that pass in Oregon?
Damn, I never heard that.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Do you know if it's always been that way?
Um, well, I learned this from an elderly man that I took care of, and he was a veteran, and he was telling me about these things. He was in the Lions Club for a very long time, and so he was telling me this is that's a new about. It was new to me when I found out about 2011.
Huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
the only reason I was kind of wondering is that's happening, and okay, like I'll speak personal experiences. Like when my mom passed, if they did that to my mom, I think I should have been notified that they were thinking about doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
They do not notify the families. It's a law. They don't have to.
That's fucking how. That's fucked up.
Isn't that weird? And they can hook these eyeballs up into a computer system. And supposedly they can see the things that people have seen.
I wouldn't doubt that. I don't know. I've heard some strange things that they got planned for us. Like in 2025, they're saying that we're going to have another pandemic, and they're wanting to insert these chips into our brains and
Hmm.
all this other bullshit. It's like, what the fuck?
It's because they want a synthetic form of telepathy, Larry.
I just don't understand it. This line of thinking nowadays, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, how can a reasonable, rational person think it's okay to do this shit to people?
Yeah. The thing that people don't really talk about, unless you specifically look for it, is that, our eyes are connected to our inner workings, of all of our organs. And this is the thing about organ is the organ. That's why it's named organ of the human body. It's an organ.
Uh,
um if you look into it and you read into the history, it's very interesting. But
wow.
a lot of Oregon is a lot of burial grounds of native heritage, you know, and and a lot of that land has been taken away. Yeah,
Wow.
it's really sad. The water rights of the people and all those things, being conditioned for our detriment of our own personal human bodies so that people can study our bodies without, our consent.
That's just so fucked up. I know that they, messed up like fishing here years ago, and that's one of the reasons why I never got back into fishing. It's like, oh, well, you can fish on this river at this time of day at this side of the bank, but if you go on the other side of the bank at this time of day, you could get thrown in jail. And oh, if you catch this fish at this time of day, you get thrown. It's like, what the fuck?
There's so many. Yeah, there's so many rules and regulations that change on a daily.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, you're basically they're setting you up for a fall even before you start, because you
Right.
don't know what it is today or whatever.
Hmm.
You got to know exactly where you're at on the map at what time of day, at what side of the river, and which way the river's flowing. And it's just like, why do they got to make this shit so difficult?
Right. It's like you don't even have time to experience for yourself the beauty and wonder of what is here for all of us to partake in.
Yeah.
Y- it's sad. It's really sad to me. And then we have this new all these different drugs that people are mixing up, and they're getting other people linked on, like this fentanyl shit, and this new thing that it's like totally desecrating the human body, and people are, their bodies are falling apart. It's getting into their bone marrow and eating their flesh, and people are hooked on it, and it's like they're dumbed down to even see what it's fucking doing to them, and they don't care. They want more. They're like, just, fix me up for the day, and bandage me up, and let me keep taking this in, even though it's eating my body while I'm still alive.
And I really think our, lack of better words, government has something to do with all that, because
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's just everywhere too quickly, and they're all showing the same, like zombie-like signs. And I think that they're introducing some chemical into our brain to basically short circuit it, so we're
Yeah.
zombies.
Yeah. They get
And
into the brain barrier, you know.
yeah, it's just I don't understand it. I mean, I was crazy and stuff, and I experimented with drugs for a while when I was younger, but I personally didn't want to die, and I didn't want my kids seeing me dead because of drugs. And that's why I quit. I was freebasing back in the 80s and shit, got a little crazy, and I thought I was going to die one night, and I basically imagined my kids coming down and finding me dead with all these drugs and shit. I'm like, fuck that. And I put everything away that night. I never picked it up again. And, I see these people smoking them. They call them blues. I'm not even sure really what they are, but they smoke these blues. And when they smoke them, it's just like all they do is pass out. And it's like, how is that fun just to pass out,
Right. I don't know.
I can't understand it myself.
Right. It's a funny thing, And we
Funny
have
but not funny. Yeah.
well, it's just, to me, it's just like, I don't understand the mentality behind it. I really don't. I mean, are people suffering that much that they want to suffer more? Like they're addicted to their suffering?
That's like when I've been here a little over 2 years now, and when I first came here, I seen all the homeless and stuff, and
Yeah.
there's this one girl. I think she's like in her mid 20s or whatever. She could be a very good looking girl, but she's hooked on heroin and all that other bullshit. And
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that woman go so downhill in the last 2 years that she's like a night and day different person.
Wow.
And the other day she's all like, "Oh, give me some weed or whatever." I'm like, I ain't got no weed to give you. I can't even support my habit. How can I support yours? And
Right.
well, if you gave me some weed, I wouldn't do heroin. I'm like, that's an excuse.
Right.
Like, yeah, sure, you're not going to do heroin if I give you weed. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I tried talking to her, say, hey, you could be she's a very smart, beautiful person, and she could go a long way. She's just got to believe in herself that she's better than these fucking drugs.
Right.
And it's so bad here because, I mean, right up at the next corner, we got a house that it's a vacant house, but there must be 50, 60 people living there, and there's garbage everywhere, and they got drug dealing going on there. They got prostitution going on there and trafficking.
Right.
And the cops won't do nothing. They're just like, oh, not our problem. We can't do anything about it. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's trafficking and shit going on there. How can you? Oh, we have to see it. And I'm like, okay, well, the neighborhood has told you about it, and they've told you that this is going on. So why don't you investigate it?
Right.
Go up in a tree or rent some house out or something. At least check it out. Oh no, if you want something done, basically they want us to do their job.
Yes.
And it's just like, what the fuck are we paying you for?
That's the thing, is why are people paying anymore for something that does not work?
Well, all they're doing is going around and, you know, killing people and mistreating them and beating them up and shit. It's like, like I said before, when I was a kid, they had peace officers, and when they confronted somebody with a gun or whatever, they'd shoot them in the shoulder or the leg. They'd injure. They wouldn't go right for the head shot or the heart shot or whatever.
Right. In McMinnville, where I used to live, where the 7-Eleven across from the Linfield College, this guy had attacked a college student with a knife and killed him. He was one of the football players, I guess. And when the guy came back to 7-Eleven to, put down his weapon and turn himself in, they shot him, I think, like 120 times. I guess it's on the YouTube. You can watch it. Yeah. 3 cups, 120 times, I think it is. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I'm just like, huh? I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
And the worst thing about it is, when they went back to the shop, they're all patting each other on the back. Oh, you got that guy, didn't you?
Right. It's so sad. Good morning, Sai. Happy rising.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Larry.
How are
I'm a
you doing?
little upset this morning.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Another damn package. Another one.
Oh no.
What?
So I watched it on my video camera, right? They
Mhm.
delivered my package next door.
Hmm.
My Chewy package, the Earth stuff, Larry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Come on, man. Why every time I start talking to your ass, you want to take a hit? Damn it. I need you focused right now, Larry. I'm complaining here.
Yeah.
I'm focusing, girl. I'm here
That
for you.
it happens a lot in Oregon too, Sai. It happened to me. Like
Yeah,
people be taking your gas out of your car, they take your mail. They don't give a shit.
oh well no, this is not nobody taking my stuff. This is people that are hired to do a job and
Yes.
can't do it.
Yes, I
Right?
know.
Agreed.
She got off the truck, she did not look at the box, and she took it next door. She didn't even
Lazy.
look at the box. She just got off the truck
Lazy.
and automatically said it went there. And now I'm trying to catch somebody to coming out the apartment building so I can get my packages sitting right in the cart in the hallway.
Wow.
Wow.
And I'm pissed off, man, because I get so tired of you purchase stuff and you expect the corporations to do their jobs properly and they just can't.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating, man.
Do they have like different mail carriers there every like
No,
week
it's
or
it's
something?
FedEx. It's FedEx this time.
Mm.
Oh.
Last
Uh,
week it was it was the United States Post Office.
Mm.
so none of them are competent.
None of them are reliable. That's my point, Larry. Exactly. None of them seem to be reliable these days. Nobody's paying attention to their damn job.
Yeah.
Now I either got to stand out here and wait for FedEx to come so I can get my shit. They did Chewy sending me another one, but that's not the point.
Nah.
Well,
I was looking.
it
Huh?
seems like two of these companies would get tired of having to send 27 items to one place just to get it there.
Wait a minute. Say it again.
I said it seemed like these companies would get tired of sending 27 packages to one place just because the mail delivery place can't deliver it right.
Right. They losing money. Right. You're exactly right. They're losing money to the FedEx people being incompetent.
Right.
Well, the next time you talk to the postal service, you send them to Larry's stream and you let them hear you complaining about the shit. Cause
Oh well,
now it's
wait,
like we're a what?
Danny. Danny, you know me. Well, you don't know me yet, Danny. But Danny, I done complained. Listen, I got him on the ball. You know what I mean? I want to know. I wanted to know why was it. Why can't they need to know why the workers aren't paying attention? That's what the awareness is about. Not so much as my packages, right? The
Right.
awareness is can we trust y'all to do your job?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't trust y'all to do your job properly. And it's costing other people. And then they talk about, well, the postal service, they losing money. Da, 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 da. I guess you are losing money.
I wonder why.
Right. Yeah.
It's always about customer satisfaction. That's the thing. Is like you have a job because you want to satisfy people, but yet you don't want to hire people that are in that category to satisfy, who want to do their job correctly and who are sincere about doing it. You know.
Yes, they hire
I,
anybody, right? And
yeah,
because
and
when they hire an anybody, they're looking for to keep churning over. Like you know what I mean? Like, okay,
yeah,
so they're not gonna last 90 days. So we're gonna give them a job and then they not gonna last 90 days, and then we can give somebody else a job. So they have that mindset of, you know, this 90 days thing, and they already got in their mind that somebody's gonna mess up so they can be replaced.
Right.
They don't have to give them the benefits.
Production loss insurance companies are really big with that. I mean, it's basically, they basically kind of like a Ross Dress for Less or a TJ Maxx. They're in it for the loss. They're in it for the insurance benefits. It's not really like they give a shit.
Exactly, because
And half of all those
lose,
products come off of contaminated containers that been sitting at the fucking dock. You know, a lot of them from contaminated areas like Japan, you know, and things. And when they come into the lot, into your store, they all got black mold or stuff, and they have their, you know, you put it, whatever doesn't look good, you put it in their little incinerator or their garbage compactors. So, you know, but the other stuff is on the line with all their products of infumed, you know, toxic waste. And people are just like, let me buy that and take it home.
Yep. I'm outside, guys. If it gets a little noisy, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep my eye on if somebody come out this apartment building.
And the postal service is federal, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It's not like the federal government gives a shit about anybody here.
Right.
It's part of the stock and trade.
Yeah.
Well, I know the thing is, like with me, anytime I get something, I order something from the East Coast, it'll go to California, and then it goes from California to Walla Walla, Washington. Why in the hell does it go to Walla Walla when Portland's 2 hours from me?
Right.
You know, I'm like, how can it be cost efficient for them to go to Walla Walla and then back to here? How can that be cost efficient in any way, shape, or form? It's like they're doing that shit on purpose. And I've had probably 50 packages that's happened to.
Right. It's kind of like the airplane flight schedules and how they fly their fucking airplanes. You know.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. I'm like, if I had some guy running my logistics and sending packages 600 miles further than they need to go, I'd be firing that motherfucker so quick.
I've always wondered the same. Seriously. It's funny. You know.
I'm still here, guys.
I think each company should have their own runners, like the pizza stores, you know.
Yeah.
Just have your own runners.
But see, everybody wants to contract. You know, they hire these contractors now. You know, we'll give you 20 workers for this price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know why they do the contractors, so they don't have to give them no benefits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Straight dry cut. Yeah.
And then all of these, like, you know, we got all of these. I'm sorry to say it like this, but we got all of these foreigners working in these, you know, the gentrification, and none of them speak English. You can't talk to them. They don't understand nothing you saying. Then they laughing at you when you trying to talk to them.
Right.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why shit gets messed up because they can't read or write fucking nothing.
Right.
Well, no, they building these apartments and stuff. They the ones that are like in the residential areas building these apartment buildings and stuff. Mm-hmm. And none of them look like me. All of them look like each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and these contractors, you know, there's no names on these trucks that they be pulling up in. You know, no company names. Mm-hmm. It's not. Then you got trucks, vans, 4 and 5 of them falling out. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just in a crazy mood this morning now.
You're just disappointed in the system. That's all.
Yes, I am. I am totally disappointed. Now watch this. Watch this. He's going to come down. See this truck right here? See that truck?
Yeah.
All right, so this guy that's coming down the street now, he's one of those ones that don't speak English, and he's my neighbor, and he doesn't like me. So I'm gonna see if I can get him to help me. All right, watch. I'm gonna see if I can get him to help me.
All right, we'll be quiet.
Hey, I have a package in your hallway. No. Listen, in the hallway, Chewy. I have a package in your hallway. No, I can show you. No. I know it's in the hallway. It's in the box. It's in the hallway already. They delivered to the wrong house. I'm saying it's there. I see it. I already called. It's there. It's in the hallway. It's right in the box. Can't get in. I need the box. It's right there in the box. It's right there. It's right there. I don't know nobody. I don't know, but I know you, and you're right here. See, I told you. They assholes, man, asshole.
Is he
Fucking
Hispanic?
asshole. Excuse me, Larry. I
Is
told
he
you
Hispanic?
he don't like me, so he talking about call the company and everything. Fucking asshole.
That's messed up.
That's
Yeah,
just
it is.
ridiculous.
It is, man. Cause you can't. They don't fucking speak English, so they don't want to fucking help you.
Is he
Oh, he
Hispanic,
don't like
man?
me.
Is
Yeah,
a
he don't
Hispanic
like me. No, yeah, he don't like me because I
Next-
had to tell
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
One time, my neighbor lived right here, right? He was an older guy, and he shoveled. We had this a few feet of snow, so he shoveled his sidewalk, got his car clear, shoveled in front of his car so he can pull out. That guy that I was talking to had his workers shovel all of their property, right? And put it all in front of Pop's car.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
All back on. Yeah. So I told him, I said, yo, he just shoveled his car out and he just moved all this snow and you got your guys putting it back. He act like he ain't understand me, talking about throwing his hands up just like he just did, right? I said, that's not right. You know what I mean? You can't do that. This is our community. They come around and build these 8-unit apartment buildings in the middle of a 2-story block, right? Right? Yo, seriously.
Yeah, but they're doing that everywhere, side. They're doing that everywhere.
Oh, I know they doing it everywhere. That don't make it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when they come in our community and don't know how to treat us.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm so glad. I tried to get him to help me and he wouldn't help me. My Chewy box is in your hallway. It says Sheila Rains. I was waiting out here for somebody to walk their dog.
So she gonna help you?
Yeah, she's a nice neighbor. She got a dog too.
I brought some other boxes they delivered over here.
Yeah, they
To your place. It was like a shoebox, I think. I brought it over because they left it right here.
yeah.
The numbers
That's
aren't even the same.
And listen, I saw her get out the truck on my camera, right? I saw her get out the truck and bring the box up here. She didn't even look at the name. She just automatically thought it go here.
Yeah,
Thank you, sweetheart.
no problem.
And then I was out here cussing him out. He doesn't like me, right? So he refused to help me.
Gotcha.
He lives right there, right? He talking about call what? You're right here. Just open the door and let me get the package. I knew it was in there.
Yeah, this if it gets delivered. If you see me, stop me.
I appreciate it. I knew somebody though was getting ready to walk their dog. Had to be walking the dog soon.
You know, I saw that box. And I'm wondering if there's another girl in here that gets it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if she just assumed it was the.
She assumes, but babe, there's a name on the box and an address on the box. You can't assume with people's money. You know what I mean? Your baby gotta go. I thank you so much, sweetheart. Here. And I'm gonna cuss his behind out, dumb fuck. I hope he get flats on all his tires. I'm sorry to say that, y'all. You know what I mean? Sometimes the behavior has to come out, especially when it's justified. When you know you try to be kind to people and stuff like that, and they take it for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just want to steamroll all over you.
Yeah.
Maybe try
I mean,
a different approach with him.
I did, babe. The first time, I mean, he was real friendly when they moved, when they was working on the building. He helped build that, and then he got a place to stay in it, right? But I was kind to them. And then when he moved, when he started acting stupid, like he didn't care about the neighbors, then I had to start treating them different.
Yeah,
Right.
I understand that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you treat people accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I just believe like it's better you get more happiness with honey than you do vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's true.
You know, just like even with people speaking and stuff. Like I was in Yurt's chat yesterday, you know, and then people get into their little personal feelings and because I don't want to be hang out with in certain people's places, right? So you know now you don't want to speak. Like, well, don't speak. Okay, now I know how people are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we got Moose. He wants to, and this is what I don't like. I'm not a troublemaker in people's chat, right? I laugh, I joke, I play, but I don't start trouble.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that Moose wants to make me out to be some kind of troublemaker in these YouTube streets, and I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, because he had Yurts stop what he was doing and say, or Sly and this is that Moose wanting to get attention. Is Sly and Moose still arguing? Right? No, we was cool. I thought we was cool, but now he gonna start dumbass shit in chats. And I'm really not with that. I don't go in people's chats and be trying to be distractive and all of that. I might go in and be laughing and joking. I was even laughing and joking with him. I even, was messing with Tommy. Tommy called me a bitch. Like, God, you know what I mean?
I think some people just sit in their ways about how they're just in their ways of how they live, and they don't understand the dynamics of how you have to live your life, and so they take a certain way that they look at it, and it's the only way they can look at it.
Yeah, they look at it because I am a peaceful person. I don't like confrontation. I don't like all of that kind of crazy drama bonding stuff. And they don't like it. They want me to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be in nobody's chat arguing with you about you saying some stupid ass shit to me for no reason.
Yeah.
Everybody says stupid ass shit. The thing about it is, just get the fuck over it.
Yeah,
because it don't do anything for anybody, and it's like you can slam people, you can, but at the end of the day, you're liable for slander and desecration of somebody else's name that you don't even fucking know. They're just a YouTube page.
Right. Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So you're gonna try to make me out to be some whatever, troublemaker or drama queen or whatever you want to call it in certain people's chats, right? Because you're not getting the attention you want.
Yeah, I just call it basically what all I do is fill in the gap, because there's a lot of young people out there, especially my age, who don't know how to talk with people older than them. They don't know how to be respectful. They just don't. And eventually they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn because it's gonna affect their life in a major way. Because usually when you start out like that, you got a big fucking lesson coming to you.
Yeah, but they think it's it's all games and fun because it's on YouTube. Right. But you gotta really, like, you don't want to push people away. No. That's how I look at it. When you start doing stuff like that, you push people away, and you're being selfish due to your own whatever you going through. You're being selfish because you're pushing somebody away from some place where they like to be. Right. I like being in. Yeah, I like being in Yurt's chat. I like being in Paul's chat. You know what I mean? But if I got you coming in, fucking with me every time, remember when he was talking about I was trolling him,
I don't. Who's Paul? That's all I gotta say. I don't even know who Paul is.
oh, so you and yeah, you and gotta catch up, baby. Paul Unslaved. Sub to his channel and just check him out, and you'll see who he is. His YouTube channel name is Paul Unslaved. No, I'm sorry. No, it's not. It's Proper Instructions.
Well, he's got both channels. He's got Pimp and Paul Unslaved.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can go to Paul Unslaved then, and you can sub to that one.
All right, I'll have to.
Yeah,
and you'll see.
He got that channel back, I think, last week. He said it was only down for a couple weeks, I guess. It seemed longer than that, but
yeah, he said he got 2 strikes on it. It's been a couple of months, 2 months. But
I thought it was at least a month, but he said it was
a month. It's probably it's probably about a month and a week or 2. Yeah, it's been about a month and a half. Trust me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But anyway,
yeah, because it started. What's this, March? Yeah, about a month. Late December, early January. Yeah.
Why did he get it shut out?
Because of the drama that they were going through. Moose was going through, and
he did that. He got taken down. Somebody was saying that he was scamming people, and I was like, "What the fuck? He wasn't scamming nobody."
Well, that's how they used it, Larry. They not going. They not going to write exactly what happened.
How was he scamming?
He wasn't. He wasn't.
No, what did others say that how he was?
Oh, okay. So what happened? He didn't. What happened? What happened was it was a lot of drama between Moose and Paul, and it resulted in some things happening to Moose's personal life. I think a lot of people saw it, and they took Moose side and they helped take Paul's channel down.
I see.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
right?
But was it like a political thing? Was it?
Say it again.
Was it like a political thing? What
no. Well, see, no, it wasn't. It was. How can I say it? No, it was something personal. Wasn't political at all. Wasn't nothing, none of that. It was personal shit, right? Yeah. and it went too far, and to come to find out, we were all bamboozled, right? And his channel got taken away.
You got sucked into the drama.
Yeah, exactly. We sure did. And now, the repercussions of it is okay. How do I put this? All of the drama bonding is a part of their game. Everybody's benefiting from Paul, right? Everybody's, nobody understands him. He's part of a cult. He's a sovereign Sith. He's a this. He's a that. He's a narcissist. People got all these kind of things to say about Paul, right? Mm-hmm. But guess what they do? They're there every day. They listen to him every day. They talk about him every day. But they got so many problems with him. Go figure, right? If I got problems with somebody, I'ma just leave them the hell alone, ain't I? Wouldn't you do that?
Let him go.
Move on.
Man, with the time.
Right.
If you're not getting any education out, where from it, that's not going to benefit your life. Why the fuck hang out?
Exactly. And this boy, if you listen to him, that's why when I heard you speak yesterday, I said, if you sub to his channel and you listen to him when he's spitting his fire, you be like, damn, yup. Cause that's what I do. I I listen to him and I agree with a lot of stuff that he be saying, because he be right. You know what I mean? And it just flows. He just flow with it sometime. And that's what attracted me to him. His message, not so much the character. You know what I mean? The message. He has a message that, man, and it might not be the way you would like it to be. A lot of people don't, because sometimes it might come out harsh, sometimes it might come out, but that's just the way he is. And a lot of people trying to figure him out and da 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 da. But all they doing, they know he's hot and they benefiting from him. They restreaming the restream. Everybody's benefiting from him.
Yeah.
Look, I was laughing at Tommy yesterday. Larry, Tommy might have said Paul's names about 50 times within an hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he complained. He
just won't let it go, huh?
No, it's not that. It's just it seems like it's something different. I think he really does like Paul, right? And I think he just, he's just keeping up like everybody else. He goes to different panels or different channels and he talks his shit, and everybody's along with the cycle. Everybody goes along with the ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people gotta understand though, a lot of these YouTube pages, they have their agents working for the government, because the government is trying to figure out the people and how they can manipulate and how they can herd the crowd, and people gotta stand their grounds. They gotta stand their grounds, and they gotta know.
They definitely watching Paul. Because he speaks the truth. Yeah. So they definitely trying to they want to, like I said, they want to claim he is sovereign citizen. They want to say he a part of a cult. They want to say he a part of a group. You know what I mean? A part of a community. Yeah. Nah, he's just a human being that just know what he know. That's how I look at him.
The thing and I understand is if you're a citizen of the American government, you're not sovereign. You might be sovereign in your individual soul, but your meat suit that you have on is your own.
And he doesn't consider himself sovereign, right? He just lives on natural law. He believes in natural law. Yeah. He believes in standing on truth and rights, and not letting nobody have dominion over him.
Right. You can't. You can't let people's frames of mind, like you said, this is my no square. Don't touch me there.
Exactly. My safe space.
If people don't understand that these electronics have a connection to the vibration of your very voice that speaks into these boxes, where you can literally take on a spirit through these boxes. That's what they are. They're scrying mirrors. They're scrying mirrors. What are you scrying into your mirror? That's what is going to appear to you, because there's piracy within all these technologies. There's piracy, there's hacking, there's all kinds of things.
Good to see you, girl.
All kinds of things that are mind-blowing even to me, but yet I understand to a certain level about these things. Because this ain't anything new. It's a fucking ancient technology.
It's not for you.
It's ancient technology, So
and see
just,
that's what I do. I'm sorry, Danny.
No, it's okay. I got to turn up my mic. I didn't know I had it so low. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's how I do, Danny. I watch people's spirit. You know what I mean? If your spirit can move me, then we good. We got a connection. But if you got one of those iffy spirits, and I'm not sure which way you coming to me day to day, you know what I mean? I can't trust you. And that's how I'm starting to feel about Moose. Like he's friendly. He's I don't know. It's like he's iffy, and it's like I can't trust him. You know what I mean? After all of this time, like us trying to support him and, uplift him and all of that kind of stuff through that struggle of his, for him to now just treat me like I ain't nobody to him. You know what I mean? That kind of affects me.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you can't let people like that get your goat because they have their own lessons coming to them and for them, you know.
Hmm.
And you just have to let it go. You really do.
Yeah. Well, I
Like
guess I
I don't know any of these people. I don't know you, but I are Larry. But I like the connection. I like the
thank you.
communication. It's
Yeah.
beautiful because there's things that I'm sure you have, and the knowledge that you have and Larry has that where when we connect and we speak about things, other people benefit,
Hmm.
and then it builds up a currency that most people can't see, but you could feel it. Larry could feel it, and we move on with our day. You know, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I guess the devil is busy because I say this all the time. And when people are trying to be good and nice and peaceful and stuff like that, um, damn, what I do? Oh, when people try to try to do the right thing by people, you always got a monkey in the bunch or a monkey with a wrench in the bunch that
Right.
want to throw it at you and want to
Oh
throw
yeah,
you off your square.
yeah, they do. And people want to wrench me up. I don't care. I'm not. I go in the rooms and I kind of what I do is what I was given to do is I kind of I got this reading skill, and it's not the reading skill that most people think. I've been given this talent where I could read the people in the room, I could read the chats, I can feel people's energies off of those things, and I'm not the only one who could do that. There's many people out there who could do that.
Here I
And,
am. Oh, I'm sorry,
you know,
Danny.
I
You hear me? Here I am.
yeah, yeah, I understand that. But some people, they don't fucking get it. And they think that you're just trying to be rude or something. And it's like, I ain't even talking to you. I'm talking about the energy and the energy that people portray in their chats or in the screen, the energy that I see that I have to release into the comments or into the videos, because there's people don't understand that there's a great reckoning coming, you know. There's a great reckoning, and that reckoning is knowing who you are in the mirror that you project out onto others, because it comes
Exactly.
back to you like tenfold. It comes back to you, you know.
And I guess, and I thank you. See, I needed to
Yeah.
come up here and I needed to connect with some good spirits because my little spirit was just all over the place this morning.
That's the
And
frustrations. People are frustrating, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well, she's
Yeah.
had the problem with these damn packages for a little while, and it's like, you get 3 or 4 packages that get misdelivered. You get a little frustrated after a while.
Yeah.
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 And that's
Especially
what it
when it's a
is.
repeat of just stupid, lazy fucks.
And, and that's what it's been for the past week. It's been a repeat of stupid or lazy or whatever.
Yeah.
Just a constant of somebody trying you. And I
There's
believe
no
it's the
human
devil.
connection. There's no human connection in the workplace.
Hmm.
I mean, not even hardly in the hospitals when you go into them or the doctor's office. There is no
Nope.
human connection with the patient. They
Nope.
treat you like you're a product when you come in those buildings. It's just like,
Even with the
excuse me.
police. Even
Yeah,
with the police. Yup.
I noticed these things a long
Hmm.
time ago, and I'm just like, no, that's not that's not the world that I want to be in. That's not me.
Exactly.
You know, it's like these young people. They go in and they think, oh gosh, I'm gonna make all this money. I'm gonna be a nurse. I'm gonna be a doctor, but they ain't
Hmm.
fucking got no fucking skills. They got
Nope.
a book that shows them how to do something, but they don't even know their own fucking bodies.
Tell him. Tell him,
Yeah,
Danny. Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
they don't. And it's like I look at people like half the time in workplaces that I work with, and I'm just like, uh, who is your mother? Who is your father?
Danny said, "Who's your mama,
I'm
Dag?"
just like, yeah. Like, damn, I thought my mom, I thought she was hardcore woman, but I'm just like, these people, they don't have like any direction. They don't even know how to like clean up their shoes before they go into the workplace, or even comb their hair or brush their teeth before they go into the workplace. I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Are you trying to say when you step in a pile of dog poo, you're supposed to wipe it off before you come in the house?
Right? You would think so.
Damn.
I mean, I get it if these people, it's their first job, and the reason why they don't have cleanly things is because they don't have work. So great, but with your first paycheck, you would think they would go and get something. You know, there's been times before that I went and got stuff for people in my workplace because I'm just like, you need help. I'm gonna help you. You know, and I've had people help me when I needed help, and I never asked for it, but they saw it. They saw the need. They felt it. I'm very appreciative to those people. You know, you get wore out, you get sick, you get tired of everything, and it is what it is. You know, but it's just like, I don't know. It feels sometimes that humanity is just taking a big shit. Big shit.
All right, Danny, I'm getting ready to shift the paradigm for a second.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Good. That's a good brand.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now when I give it to the dogs, how much do I put on their food in their food?
Wait. Is that the food grade one though? Does it say
I
food
think
grade
Yes.
they
on it?
all are.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you
So
ever seen anything but food grade in the disastrous earth?
yeah, it's you. If you don't get the food grade one, you'll get the chemical form, and it has poisons in it. And if you take it, you'll die.
No, I
Yeah.
Usually for the
understand that.
swimming. It's usually for swimming pools and
Ah,
for killing garden stuff in your garden, but with
so I
chemicals.
bet
You
you
know.
that stuff's got to be in a different section of the store because, like I said, all I've ever seen is the food grade.
Yeah. No, there's two different kinds.
Well, I got
Uh,
this from Chewy, so I'm quite sure that this is the right one,
So I would
Well, it
just
right?
put
should
like
say
2
on the package.
tablespoons in his dog food and mix it up, or in some yogurt and mix it up for him, so
Okay.
it's coated and it gets down. And then you
Okay.
could just don't breathe in the powder. You got to be really
Okay.
specific. Do not use metal. You use
Okay.
plastic or a wooden
Plastic.
spoon because
Okay.
it'll something about the metal knocks off like the ions or whatever that's in there, and
Okay. So
it's
use something plastic to scoop it,
or wooden spoon, either
or
or.
wooden. All right. So in their bowl is metal. Don't use a metal bowl then. Use a plastic bowl.
Yeah,
Okay. I got you. I got you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All
So
right.
and then, you know, you might notice that your dog might have some crazy bowel movements for a little bit, but you'll
Mm-hmm.
notice if he's got anything in him, like pinworms or any kinds of heartworms or stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
it'll all start coming out. And then
Okay. So
you could cover his face and kind of powder him and rub it in his coat. It's
mm-hmm.
really good, and it helps the joints. It helps arthritis in the body. It helps clean out the gastrointestinal, and
Mm-hmm.
it helps the hair. Strengthen hair and nails and the skin. It's really good.
So, but if I digest it, it's better though, right? Because I don't think I'm gonna be rubbing it on my skin.
You can even put it. You could put it in your coffee or your juice.
Okay.
Or
That's what I'm
I
talking
just do it
about.
with water.
Okay.
I had me and
But
my
it
whole family on it before, like, because your body needs it. It clears out like the heavy metals in your body, some of them, not all of
okay.
them. And you can mix it with activated charcoal. You can mix a tablespoon of activated charcoal and a tablespoon of that one, and drink it, and that's a really heavy detox. And the thing
Wait.
about it
Uh,
is, you make sure you drink water, lots of water after that.
all right. Come on. Let's go back to this tablespoon of charcoal, Danny.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Tell me
it's
about that.
activated charcoal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good too. It helps cleanse out the body. It's a great detox. It
Okay. All right.
it
So
kind of
where do you get that from, Danny?
and the health food stores. It's good for
All
your
right.
teeth. It whitens your teeth. You
Okay.
know, it,
Yes.
and it's really good for your
Is it
skin.
good for the dog's teeth?
I haven't heard about using it for animals, but
Okay.
for humans, yeah. So
Okay, I got you.
I don't
I
have
got
kids,
you.
so I don't know about those things really.
I
But
would think it is.
my niece does.
I think their chemistry isn't really that much different than ours.
Yeah. So I just don't want to tell you anything that I haven't
Right,
thought
right.
about.
No,
I
well,
feel
we
you.
understand.
Well, that's what Nubs is for. Look, Danny,
Right.
if you say something, look, we'll get Nubs to back it up and blame it on him.
We'll give him a hard time. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, so another question I gotta ask. Should I call Chewy back and tell him I got it?
Why not?
Yeah.
Just tell him
Okay.
thank you. Yeah.
All right, because they was getting ready to send me out another one.
That was real fast. He did that pretty fast for you too.
What?
Getting it to you.
Oh no, this was the first one. This was the one that was delivered next door.
Right.
That's what
Oh.
I just that's what I just did. I got the one that was delivered in the wrong building. Now, but I called Chewy this morning and told them that I didn't get the package.
Oh yeah,
So
call
they
him definitely and tell
called
him
them back
thank
and
you.
tell
It
them,
was a mix-up. Just tell him
well,
it
it
was.
wasn't a mix-up. They did deliver it in the wrong place.
Yeah, they
But
got it mixed up. They got the address mixed up because they weren't paying attention.
oh, I was going to say no. She ain't get it mixed up. She just didn't look at the box when she got off the
Right.
truck.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's not getting it mixed up. That's just not paying attention at all.
Well, does she work for him? No.
Huh? No,
Does
she
she work?
works for FedEx.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean the lady that gave me the box?
Yeah.
Oh no, she lives in the apartment building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I that's what I was outside doing. I was outside trying to catch somebody that lives there to give me the box.
Yeah, I'd tell
Cause
him, and then he
yeah.
wouldn't have to send you out another one unless you
Well,
want to
I
pay for
think
another one.
it's already processed. Probably they're probably going to tell me, don't worry about it. But
Okay.
I'll call and let them know anyway.
Yeah.
Because
That's nice.
on the automated system it said it said look in your area, check with your neighbors. I said I'm not going to every neighbor door and knock on their door and say, do you have my package? No, y'all track that shit.
Right.
So they going to track it. They'll call me back, but I'm going to call them and tell them anyway.
All right.
Hush, Graham Cracker. Graham always got to be heard.
Yeah, me and Larry were talking this morning about this law that they have in Oregon in the morgues where they take the human eyeballs out of the people before they send them off to be buried or cremated. And they don't have to have the families okay about it. They just do it. I don't know if she heard that, but oh, she's making a call. Can you hear me, Larry?
Oh yeah.
Okay. She's calling the guy.
So what time does your girl usually get up?
Oh, I don't know. It just depends sometimes. She's usually up by now, which is funny. But usually about 5, she's up. 5 or 7, yeah. She's usually the early riser, but her sleep pattern has been kind of off lately. She's so funny. So when does your wife come back, Larry?
She came last night.
Oh, she did? Good.
Yeah, we're not actually married though.
Well, it's just
They got their own
respect.
houses.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's like the best marriage.
Right.
So I did a solar job for a guy up in Boulder one time, up in the mountains of Boulder, and it was this like guy from India that was some kind of surgeon or doctor, and his hobby was like his little fish. He did like aquaponics. It's like a fish hatchery that helps plants above it get fertilized. But he had to buy a whole separate property because his wife was tired of it, like all around the garage and stuff was all these tanks with fish in it and plants. So he just bought a house in the mountains of Boulder to like do the fish hatchery stuff in. Just buy a spare house because my wife's sick of my hobby.
Wow.
It was nuts.
Okay, who am I talking to? Who is that?
That's Illuma Tommy.
Tommy. Okay.
Sure.
Hi,
Are you
Tommy.
Danny Skylark?
Hello.
I was doing the if you've seen the interview, remember the guy's like Dave Skylark. I was doing the hand thing with it.
That's funny. I don't know if I've met you yet.
Oh, you probably know of me.
Yeah.
Probably know me in disgust.
In disgust?
Yeah, I drain people. I've heard.
Okay.
There's everybody's names.
Yeah. And hi, Mary. She's in the chat room too. Sorry, I didn't see it earlier. Mary and Hotboxer and the family. She,
Yep.
yeah.
Good to see him. Good to see everybody. No doubt about it.
Yeah. So how are you draining on people, Tommy?
I don't know if I can explain it, but I agree. Like, I see it. I just get like, I have times that my mind goes really fast, and it's like I'm taking everything in, and I get like, I get it's kind of like if you've ever talked to a drunk person that's telling you the same thing over and over again, and you got it like 5 minutes ago, and you just want them to like move on with it. Like, where are you going with this? Just say, like, I get like that in just regular conversations sometimes, especially on like caffeine or
Come on.
something.
Are you a drinker?
No, I don't drink a lot, and whenever I used to do all kinds of drugs, I would most be annoyed by like bar drunk level, just that slurred, repeating, clumsy like that. That would trigger me really bad.
I see.
So, Danny, I
Yeah.
call Tommy a tweaker because he's all over the place all the time. The way he
No, that's a
talks.
spaz.
Wait,
Tweaker
the way
implies I'm
let
still
let
doing the substance.
in my mind, Tommy.
No,
In
you can't
my
say in
mind,
your mind. That's
in my
like
excuse me.
YouTube,
When when
pop
I say it,
culture.
Tommy, when I say it, it's just like I told somebody said something last night. I said that's a joke between me and Tommy. So don't you
No,
know? I
well, it's
letting them
not.
know.
It's
Don't.
not. I'm telling
It
you, don't call me
is.
a tweaker around YouTube streets. Like
Okay. Well,
it means
then
something.
you should tell me that then, Tommy, because you never said don't
No,
try to
well, that's what
offend
I'm
me.
saying is it
Don't.
is a word. It's like I don't say just between me and you, you're like a Negro or something, you know? We
Well,
don't do
you
that.
do,
Tweaker is like tweaker
but you
implies you are that on that Breaking Bad tip.
no. Well, I'm gonna, and I said this to you before. That's not what I think. I don't care what other people think. That's not what I think when I called you a tweaker. That's not what I think, that you're on drugs. I think that when I say tweaker, it's just that you're moving around a lot
Okay, so
and you're
if you
fucking
see me at
talking a lot.
Walmart, if you
I'm
see
not
me
gonna
at
say
Walmart and
anything to
shout
you.
tweaker across, you might get me shook down. You might get me stop and frisked or something, you know?
No, why?
The cameras
Why?
because that's
Yeah.
what tweaker means. It's
That's
like
what
even
you.
ICP and various
That's what
like
they.
musicians and shit. It specifically means like hardcore meth use. Like I did it like it was Adderall. I wasn't even a tweaker
So
when
when you
I did
call
it.
me when you call me a bitch, that mean I'm a female dog?
No, but I think anytime I called
I'm
you
just
bitch, there
saying.
was probably a
I'm just
reason.
saying. No, you because I said tweaker,
And
and
you
you
guys,
called me a bitch.
I thought like back in the night, I didn't just now call you bitch. I have
No,
called you
you called
bitch,
me
I
a
think.
bitch yesterday, and on your broadcast.
Oh yeah, because
you
you
was
were
doing.
you were
I
over
was
there
being
playing those
funny.
unslaved games.
I was being funny like I usually
I
do,
saw you
Tommy.
over there with your Jack Talcott face. I was
Right.
ashamed
So
of
what?
you.
So
Shame.
what? So
You
that's
went
the
back.
reason to
It
call
was
me a
like
bitch?
it was
Is
like if
that a
you were
reason to call me a
Pinocchio.
bitch? Is that a reason to call
I
me a
don't
bitch?
know.
Though?
I'd have to go back and check it and see
Right,
what we
you
were talking about.
should,
But
because
it
I
was like
heard
you
you
were
call me a bitch.
Pinocchio and you went back to those donkey boys.
So
You went back
what?
to
It's
those
not.
donkey
So
boys and was
what?
gambling and
So
smoking
what? So
cigars.
what? I can handle myself. So what? What does
I'm
it
just giving
got
you
to do
shit.
with you? I
I
know,
was
but
just
don't
giving you
call me.
shit.
But you and Moose got it. You like you did that last night, calling
Oh,
me a
we were
bitch,
going. No,
and
which
then
channel was it?
Yurts.
Oh no! Oh my God, Sly Shy. I mean, you were a very mild couple. We were on a roll at Yurts, dude. I forgot about
I
that shit.
know, but
I
you
just got up. I'm
before
drinking coffee and shit, dude. I was wrecking
you
on
was
Yurts, man.
you was spazzing, and I was laughing at you, and I said,
No,
"Yo, is
no,
he
they were
tweaking?"
cornering me, dude, and I was taking them all on because it's like
Well,
if you all want to
I
talk
didn't.
about this shit, they were like, "Why?" They were like, "You're making it all about you." I'm like, "No, you guys are jumping in and jumping me on this show."
Well, Tommy, you did come in, and you just was on fire when you first got on the damn panel,
Because,
Tommy.
well, no, I started in the chat, and I was the Provo kid, the Provo kid, and the
I
EBT.
didn't
Oh,
watch
you
none
know
of that.
EBT
I
and
didn't
Provo.
watch. I didn't
We
watch
had
none. I
had.
don't know none of that. I don't. Let me stop you
Well,
right
that's
now.
what I
I
came
don't
in
watch
hot
none of that.
over. That's
I don't
why I
watch
came
none of
in
that.
hot. Oh, I'm explaining why you're saying I came in hot. Because Provo Kid and EBT, we had already had beef rolling from like a couple
I
hours
know. I
before,
heard that.
and
I
we
heard
ran
that.
into each other again.
I know.
But I don't
heard that.
really hate them. We just were
But
doing
but
fun beef.
because me and you like each other, you call me Whoopi
You might like
Goldberg.
me. I don't.
You
I never
you
said I
don't like
like you.
me? Oh, okay. Well then,
I'm just
all right.
playing. I'm just
Well
playing the thing.
then you know, then you fair game. Then if you don't like me,
Just
you
finish.
know what I
No,
mean.
I was just being facetious. Just finish the line.
All
Finish
right.
what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is, like, we have like I told you, that's a between me and you joke. Like if I call you tweaker, like you call me Whoopi
No, how
Goldberg, you
about
know
you
what I
just
mean?
stop
But you
doing it and we don't have to have an in between joke. You can
but
just
I didn't know.
you
But
can
if
go
I had
back to
known,
Lumen foil.
listen, no, luminifoil. If I had known that it offended you, Tommy, I wouldn't
It's
keep
not that
saying
it
it.
offends me. It's that everyone already alleges I still do this shit, and
I don't care what
I've
they
told them,
allege. That's
but
not
that
me.
just
I don't allege
perpetuates it.
nothing.
It just
I don't.
perpetuates it. Because
It
listen, if I
perpetuates.
do it again, I don't care to tell. I'll tell everyone if I'm smoking
We
again, but
don't
I'm not.
care. We
Yes,
don't
they do. They
care.
still
I don't.
speculate if I'm
I
on
don't.
it when I get going on some passionate shit.
Hey
It's a
Because
Tommy,
joke,
just
Tommy.
just
It's
do
a
you.
joke.
It don't matter. Just do you.
Yeah,
I
I
will
it's a
do
do
just
her.
joke.
do
You
me.
just do
No, I
you.
do just do me. Listen,
Yeah.
things don't bother me, but I just get tired of wasting the time on the panel. It's like, oh, look, they went back to the tweaker thing. Oh,
So don't go
imagine
to the
that. They
panels.
said the
Why do you go
tweaker
to the
thing.
panels where you know you're gonna get shit? Why do you go to the
But he's
No,
panels?
not
I
getting
like
shit,
to
Danny.
I
We
like to
giving.
get shit.
You
We.
like the shit, but you don't want it. You don't want it like the
He
way it
called
affects
people
you.
bitches when he hear it.
Okay,
See.
let's put it this way.
He
Every
sounded
girl,
like Paul
listen,
because Paul called Pink Sunny Delight bitch and bitch and bitch. So now he's sounding like Paul. Oh, you bitch!
I
You
don't
calling me a
rattle bitch
tweaker?
off like I don't
You
rattle bitch
did say
off.
it, but you did though. You
Oh
said,
yeah, just
"Yeah,
want
I'm a
like I called you a
bitch."
bitch. I don't go bitch and bitch and bitch. I just called
I
you.
know.
I don't even
No,
remember the line. But hey, Sly Shy, it's just like the racism debate. If you have to settle at this, settle on I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'll call you a bitch again sometime. Who cares? But is what I'm
I
saying is
do.
like
I do because I don't disrespect people like that. I don't
you do
call.
when you
I
call
wouldn't.
me a tweaker. You're
All right
disrespecting
then.
me.
Well then,
Is that
tell
why I
me
called
this.
you a
Listen,
bitch? Is
listen.
that why I called you a
Then
bitch? Did you call me a
yes,
tweaker?
yes.
Okay,
Now
then it's
this is
settled. Then shut
all right.
up. Then
No,
shut
no,
up.
no,
Who
no, no,
cares?
no, 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 no. Listen.
I don't want to sit here
From now on,
and roll
from
with
now
this.
on, no, from now on, we're going to respect each other. You tell me, Sly
No, I don't think
Shy.
we're.
I don't think I think it's disrespectful that you call me a tweaker. Then I'll say, Tommy, I won't call
It's
you a tweaker no more.
too.
I
It's like a goddamn
apologize.
counselor's office. It
Just
doesn't
like
have to be this counselor's office bullshit. I'm just saying. Like,
I'm going to straighten me out. I don't give a
say
fuck about
another
what you
word.
saying.
Say
I don't
different
I don't
words.
think I don't give a fuck about what you saying. I'm going to make me right. And if I know that
God.
tweaker offends you, I'm not going to
It's not,
use it
it does,
anymore.
nothing offends me, Sly Shy. It makes me not, okay,
Evidently,
you said you want me to respect you. It makes me not respect you, but it doesn't offend me.
okay. Well,
So if
then
you
I'm not
want me
going to
to
do
respect
it.
you, yes, don't say tweaker.
Right. Okay. It's that
But I'm,
simple. It's no
okay, so do
problem.
you want, okay, now here's what I want to throw at you. Do you understand that all those times I'm making funny racial jokes at you and Rob, it's because we are friends, and just because you get mad at me, you can't just jump to, oh, you were racist the whole time. Now I get it, you were racist the whole time.
Have I ever done that to you?
Yeah, that's what you did the other day here on this show.
What did I do the other day? Did I say you was
I don't
racist, or
remember.
did
I don't
say-
remember what.
Or did
I don't
say,
remember.
Come on with that
Listen.
chitlins and pig feet. Or did I say come
Oh
on
yeah,
with
that was.
chitlins and pig
I
feet
was gonna
shit?
say I don't remember what you got mad about, but once you were mad, it was like,
chitlins-
oh, all this
when I
time you've
told
been
y'all
making
to-
racial jokes. You've been making racial jokes all this time.
Yeah, because when you say stuff like, oh, that she must got some chitlins and pig feet coming out of
No,
her
that's
ass.
the only one you got angry on. But with you and Rob,
Yeah,
all the other ones,
because-
like, okay, the other ones you laughed at was like, if you left, I'd be like, well, are you asking for permission to leave because you're black or because you're female? But because either you do have to ask for permission as either. But I just wondered which context you were, or when you come back on the panel and you're like, hey, sorry, I came back, and we're like, well, you can get away with it this time, but next time ask as a female or
You
a
What's
black
wrong
person.
with
You can come back
chitlins
on.
and pig feet?
No, it's his black joke. It's his
No,
black
I was
joke.
doing the Friday
It's his
thing,
black
but why
joke,
were we
Danny.
talking about the food?
Danny,
It-
it's
I
his
was doing
black
the
joke.
Friday thing though, eating up all the hog maw,
No,
eating
that's
up all
not
the
what you
pig's
was doing.
feet.
They got mad because I said something that was out of character.
I
and
didn't
he-
get mad. You were losing your shit.
Cause man, when y'all listen, the reason why I
Listen,
lose my
I
shit.
don't care. Actually, do you want to hear some of the stories about
See?
the
Nope.
most? I
Nope, I don't
am the
care.
most.
I don't
I,
give a
as a
fuck.
white
Nope,
man,
I
have
don't
used
care.
the most
I don't
proper
care.
N words in
I
my
don't
life
care.
than any.
I don't
But they're
care.
good
I
stories.
don't care. I don't care.
Are
I
you
don't
a
care.
All right,
pure
so let's
white
get
man?
okay. Then let's keep talking about the time me and you were mad at each other. Sly
Tommy.
Shy. Everybody would rather hear that than hear about stories of when I said the N word in public and nobody could say anything about it.
Hey
Like-
Tommy, are you a pure white man?
I don't know what you mean by pure. That sounds kind of supremacist.
Well, you just
The
made
pure
a comment.
white
You're
man.
like, I'm a white man. I'm like, are you a pure?
Are you
white
Native
man?
American?
I'm all kinds of things, Tommy. I got white family. I got black family.
Yeah, I
got
mean, a lot of
Native
us would
family.
have a bunch of. If we all
I
got
got
23 and mead.
Filipino. I got all kinds of things. I'm just saying, are you what kind of white man are you?
I don't look into it because I'm one of those families where, like, my grandmother
well, maybe you
was.
should. I'm sure
No,
Sly isn't just black. I'm sure she got
No,
all
there is
kinds
no
of
race.
heritage in
There's
her.
no such thing as race
Exactly.
He-
So why you
he
why
likes
you getting
messing
all
with
hung
me.
because
about
it's a
it?
He likes
cultural
messing with
thing.
me.
Well,
Yeah,
He
yeah.
likes
There's
messing with
still
me, Danny.
there's still
It's
relevance.
not culture. It's a societal thing. That's what it is.
No,
It's not a
race.
culture
What
thing,
we
it's a
think of as
societal
race is a cultural thing.
thing. Race is
What you
bullshit.
think of race?
No,
What
what?
you
Okay,
think of
what
race.
we mistake.
Everybody don't
What
think-
we
everybody
mistake
don't
as
think
race.
Like you. Not
Who's
we.
we?
No,
You.
Sly Shy.
You. Not we.
Who's we?
Everybody don't think like that.
Sly Shy, this is science. I have a degree in applied
Everybody
science.
don't think like that. I don't give a
Okay,
fuck
then what do you
science
think you're
got.
getting done when you 23 and me? What do you think is happening?
I
What
don't
kind of
know.
science?
I'm not 23.
Well, I
and
can
you.
tell you.
You're not.
There's no
23.
such thing.
Stop the fuck lying.
What
I'm
kind
not
of
lying,
science
you're
do you
just-
do, Tommy?
You
You're
guys,
not 23. You're not 23. Don't lie.
No,
literally-
he's the DNA test he's talking about.
and I wouldn't get one of those, but if one of your family does, it doesn't matter if you got one or not. But I wouldn't get one.
I don't have
I mean,
to.
I would study
my
like the
heritage.
birth certificate trail. If I wanted to look back, I would study like the birth certificate trail you can check up, but I wouldn't get a DNA test because of reasons.
Yeah, I know. Some of them.
Lots of reasons.
Yeah.
Tommy, I just want you guys
Well,
to
why are
know
you
that
saying yep like that? Why do you think I wouldn't get a DNA test?
I'm not speaking for you. I don't know you. I speak
But
for
but you were giving me that yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was
Because I
just
know
saying,
for
"Yup,
me,
you
I
dummy."
don't know you.
Nah, I was looking at her on my TV. She looked kind of like
But she
Maybe
still.
she was
Maybe
giving me the
she
sus. She was giving me the sus eyes.
That's what
Maybe-
you think.
maybe-
See, that's what you guys are. Y'all be looking at
Well,
these
here's the
females
thing:
on
is
these
we
panels.
can't see your face. Put your
Yeah.
So
face out there.
I know.
Put
I
your
just
foot-
like I
put your
said, I
face
just
out
got
there,
up.
Tommy.
I'm not
Put your
cam
face
worthy.
out there,
I don't
Tommy.
look good when I clean up these days, much less when I wake up. I don't
What
want
is a
to.
look?
I look like
you think
shit
we
right
give
now.
a fuck about your looks?
I would need to put clothes on and tidy up. I've just.
Oh,
I
boy.
just got I just got off Z's panel where he forced me into a flat Earth shape
Oh,
debate I
God.
wasn't
my
trying to
And
have.
now you're here
Oh
for
my
that?
And now you're
God.
jumping my like you refuse to have any talk but beef. Like why
Yeah,
must
no,
we talk
it's
beef?
not. It's not beef. We don't want to hear about what channel you just got off of with the flat
Oh, you
Earth
want to
and
hear about
drama
why there's
buying.
why I'm
We
wrong
don't
about
care.
what you
We want to
agree
talk
with?
about. We want to talk about what we want to talk about, Tommy. We don't
Well,
want to
I don't
hear
want to
about
talk about
how
you
you
guys
travel.
put me on blast. I don't have to sit here and get put on blast. What
You're
else do you want
not
to talk
Well,
being
then
about?
put
get
on
the fuck off the
blast.
channel.
Yeah,
You're
you're not being put
when
on
you
blast.
say it, you're still putting me on blast. Going, you're
No,
not
we're
getting put on
not.
blast.
You're not. You
What do
making
you
all of
want to
that
talk
shit up
about,
on your
Tommy? What do you want
own.
to talk about? You want to talk about racial cracking jokes? What do you want to talk about?
I do feel I have written a pretty like if I think I'm writing the racial stand up that's like as racist as a white person could be, but it's still funny on stage, you know? It's because I grew up in West Virginia and just I have a lot of takes from that point of view, you know?
So you come on people's shows to make a script for your act.
No, it just comes to me in all kind. I just get inspired. I mean, I still think up other jokes, but it
You
just
do.
I get
You
inspired when
suck
I get
it
inspired.
up.
It's not that
You
it has
suck
to
it
happen
up.
on
That's why it
the
drains you,
show.
because what you suck up in these shows is
No,
not
I
what
grew up
you
in West
see.
Virginia, West Virginia with the
I
last of
know.
the Klan and shit, you know? Like I've seen the last of
Oh,
the
to the
racism in
Klan
America.
and
Wait,
shit.
so you think that a black person would want to hear how you grew up with the Klan and you want to tell
No,
black jokes?
that's just
Wait,
what I
you
was saying.
understand
I
what you're
didn't
saying?
grow up
Do
with
you
the
hear what
Klan.
you're saying? You grew up with the Klan,
You just
so
said that.
now you want
No.
to do a black skit. You want to tell jokes
No.
about black people because you
Sly
grew up with
Shy,
the
just stop.
Klan and you know about the Klan and how they
Baby,
treated black folks. But
man,
now
I don't
you want
need
to
this
do a
in my
skit.
ear. Why don't you let me elaborate before you flip your shit?
No, we don't care about shit like that, Tommy.
You
We
say
don't.
you don't care and you're fucking flipping your shit every day saying you don't give a fuck, but then you're the always one beefing right now. What is
I'm
your
not.
deal?
What is you and Moose thing about this beefing shit? It's not beefing.
You're
It's somebody
bitching
just
me out.
standing
Like
up.
I feel like
It's
I'm sitting in
somebody.
like
It's
you're like a
somebody just
teacher I had.
standing
You're
up.
just like
It's
going.
somebody. It's somebody that's standing up for them. It's not
Some
beefing.
what are
It's
you
just
standing
standing
up
up
for? What are you
for
standing up for?
for
How
little
have you been
children like
tyrannized?
you. For you and children, for you and for children like you and Moose at times, y'all can be
What are you
eighth
talking about?
graders. Y'all can
What
be
are you
eighth
talking about?
graders. Your behavior can
Okay,
be
a lot
eighth
of these
graders.
black jokes, they educate people about how there's not as much
I don't
racism as
need
they
to be
think.
educated about
You
your
do.
black
The way you're
jokes. No,
talking
I
right now, you
don't.
do.
No, I
Okay, do you want to
don't.
hear one of the skits? Do you want to hear one of
No,
the
I
skits?
don't. I'm really getting like up here with you and your black jokes. Really, I am. You're tired.
Yeah, let's do it then. So
You're
that way you
tired.
can justify this tirade you're on. But this
I
one
ain't-
isn't as
I'm
much
not
of
on
a
no
joke,
damn
right?
tirade.
So
Hey,
it's like
hey,
there's a
Larry.
circle of
Hey,
like
Larry.
grand
Yeah.
wizards,
You gonna
right?
look out for me or I'm
And they're
out?
casting
You gonna
a
look out
they're
for me
cast
or I'm out?
God damn it, Sly Shy. You're such a
Hey,
You gonna
fucking
look
Tommy.
out for me or I'm out?
Tommy,
Because I'm not gonna
Tommy,
be harassed every morning by Tommy or
Wait,
nobody
Larry,
else.
are
I'm
you
not.
starting to call me? Are you starting to like correct me? Because I've been sitting here listening to this. She's just bitching me out. What are you saying, Tommy for?
because I was trying to get your attention. I wasn't trying
Yeah,
to
okay,
correct
just have Sly
nothing.
Shy.
Jeez.
Okay,
Don't be
let
so
I see.
defensive.
No, she was screaming. You should have said Sly Shy. Wait, Sly Shy. Wait.
Yeah, Larry, what do you think about it all?
I think it's silly.
I don't want to talk about this shit, Larry. She just keeps going and going.
All right, then just stop.
Exactly, because you're trying to get at her goat, and she don't need you to get there. And if
No,
that's
her
all you
goat
want to
has
do,
been
and that's all
got.
you
I
want to
didn't
take
even
over
get
the
her
show
goat,
and
and her
make a
goat has
joke
been
about
All
got.
right.
this shit,
So what? It's
go make
over
a
and
joke
done.
on your channel.
We're not gonna
Go
get
do
got,
it.
Frank.
Live it up, baby.
I'm gonna go
Tommy.
get.
Go.
All right, I'm bringing the.
What?
I'm gonna fucking get camera wet. I'm getting camera worthy. This fucking show, man. These
What?
fucking streets. I'm getting camera worthy. These fucking streets, man. I tell you what.
He don't understand, Larry, that All of these boxes aren't the same, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't know how to
What the
come in
fuck? I've
and
walked
be.
so many boxes. I've
He
worn
doesn't
so
know
many
how to
hats slash
come
I. You
in.
don't know what you're
He
talking
doesn't know
about.
how to come
You're
in
just
and
looking
read the
for
room.
gotchas. You're not
See?
really conversing and trading ideas. You just want a gotcha. That's why you were over with those unslaved last night, and look at you. Now you want gotchas. That's all you want is gotchas. You don't want to converse
Larry,
and get to know each
I'll
other.
see you
You're just
later,
looking for
Larry.
gotchas.
Peace out, Larry.
Okay, Tommy, you got the
Fly Shy,
stage.
I'm gonna wear my special troll shirt I wear around Denver for you, but you'll get it whenever my camera's on. It only trolls in Denver. But oh, did she run? She ran. She
Tommy,
ran.
we're not gonna have that stuff
Hey,
now.
y'all
Come
that are
on.
leaving, come up here. Don't be leaving. Come up here, Irma V. You owe us a panel from that one day where you were saying all kinds of stuff relevant to our subject.
Why are you trying to start something again, dude? Just
Are you
because you didn't
trolling
want
me, Dirt? No, I meant I want to meet Irma. I'm not starting with them. I want to talk to them
but
because it
no,
looks
you're
like they have
kind of
dogs.
starting off on the wrong foot because you're starting from 3 or 4 days ago when he might have said something that you didn't agree with. Why you're doing
No,
this?
3 or 4. No, I
You're
didn't say
doing the
anything about
same thing that
disagreeing.
what?
I didn't say anything about disagreeing. Whenever we were talking about a bunch of stuff ooh, look at that leg. Whenever we were talking about stuff the other day, and then when I went to leave and I checked the comments, I was like, Irma V has been like a legit adder to all these subjects. Like everything he commented, it should have just been spoken with us because I wasn't reading it. So I wanted him to come up and meet him. I don't know if it's male, female. I just see the like wiener dogs. And Danny's picture kind of makes my dog see my wiener.
What the fuck?
I'm not interested in your wiener or your dog.
No, I'm celibate now. I used to do the ladies, but yeah. I was just complimenting
You
you on
used
the
to do the
leggy
ladies?
dress.
That's not a dress. It's a pair of shorts with a long trail.
No, that looks like a what's that called? Like a split skirt where it's like split at the leg side. You look like my one of my college teachers that if I wouldn't have been in a wreck, we're gonna meet up after I graduated.
Yeah, well, that ain't me. How old are you?
It doesn't matter. I think you should with some lucky man, but no, it's not me.
Well, that's none of your business.
Yeah, it is your business, but I'm saying
It's none of your business.
whenever I make compliments or girly jokes, just know I'm not on the market. I am not threatening.
I don't think you talking about your dog looking at your dick while you're looking at my picture.
Yeah, but I
is a
said like,
compliment
whoa,
to
look at
me.
that leg. I said some complimentary.
I don't feel like that's a compliment at all. It's just.
Well, that's because you
silly.
guys don't appreciate catcalling over the years. Like, it's funny, some of these panels of more like higher up the YouTube, there's like girls that are like mad they don't get catcalled even though.
Well, Tommy, I'm 44. I'm not a fucking girl.
Yeah, you're a year older than me. So
it doesn't
you're off the
matter.
mark.
If
Yeah,
you treat,
not
if
an
you
option.
want little girls, you should go that way. But I know.
Okay,
I ain't
you
a
want to
girl.
hear an interesting
That's the
data
thing. I have a
fact?
problem with men. They're like, "Oh, you're such a good girl," and it's like, "Fuck no, baby." No, if you're gonna have that mentality, go somewhere
what
else and have
mentality?
that mentality.
What mentality?
Recognize a woman as a woman, and she'll treat you like a fucking man.
I've had no problem with women. I have my own reasons to not do that.
Good.
It's not. It has nothing to do with failure. Look at this picture and
I wasn't
think about my
talking about
picture.
failure.
Think about my picture without the Photoshop. I used to do fine with the ladies.
I can barely see your picture, dude.
Well, I was a gym rat in that picture, but yeah, I've stopped ladies for non-lady reasons.
I don't even know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So tell us your jokes, Tommy.
No, I thought I was about I was saying something else before you got on this women thing. God damn it.
Obviously, it wasn't that important.
Well, is any of this really important?
Well, it was before you came on.
It could be again.
Could be.
So,
But tell us what you do. What do you do?
I sit around, visit these panels. I walk my dog. I try and do some more stock market stuff. Oh shit, the stock market's up. Okay, I'm gonna go a little longer without a camera because I gotta use this device for stock market since I'm on the phone. Yeah, I'm waiting for these squeeze plays to finish, and then I want to do stuff on my land and get out of this fucking apartment and take on the next chapter of my life. I've just been sitting around for almost 2 years, just living off Elon Musk money and
Nice.
adventuring with, I don't know, I've been dealing with some shit. Um, I'm happy. It's a long story. There's a lot of ups and downs, crazy shit, but I mean, I'm doing good. Probably better than I ever have.
Good for you.
Like I was 2016, I think around 2018. Shit. Okay, so just a little bit before the COVID lockdowns, I had just gotten off of doing a little over a year being homeless from a wreck I was in. Like I finished college, got a project manager job, everything was tits. And I was driving my motorcycle to Waterworld like shortly after graduation for celebration with me and my roommate, and SUV wrecked me and it threw my life out of whack. I had to have surgery. My girl ghosted me on the surgery table. My landlord eventually kicked me out, and I would be like in my car and into an RV and just whole year of adventure and lots of ups and downs, good shit, bad shit. But like just after getting off homeless, I was in an apartment like 2 or 3 months, and then they hit us with the lockdowns. Um, and during the lockdowns, I moved to the place I am now. Been doing stock market shit, been doing crazy in real life shit like with barrios and ghettos. You don't owe me anything. I was interested in seeing the person behind the chat, the quality chat, because usually I say the chat is poop, but you had quality chat in hindsight, and I just wanted to meet you. Don't let these people spell me out. Get your own idea. I mean, we're all dealing with our individual challenges. Don't let this voice scare you. What happened to today?
I would like
Oh,
to
she
know.
means like
I'd like
today
to see
gave
your
us good
face
reason.
too, but only
I'm
because
working on it.
it's interesting.
You had me like reliving my past, and I wasn't bringing up the stock market very fast.
So, Tommy, when you got in your car accident,
No, I was on a motorcycle with no helmet,
oh, okay, motorcycle, no helmet.
with
When you
shorts and a wife beater and a backpack, just intent on some
did you have a
water
near
world.
death experience?
Yeah, I did.
Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, okay. So like it was a different route. Usually I would just take I-25 all the way north up to Waterworld. But this day, the wind had caught my badass sunglasses that had always gripped to my head on the motorcycle. Since it whipped them off and they were broken and gone, I had to go off the interstate over to a CVS by where I lived in college and get some sunglasses to drive the rest of the way. So after I get the sunglasses, I go up Academy, just the main strip that would go north still and get me back to 25. I'm just going the speed limit, just chilling, even doing the one hand thing. I look like a cowboy, like with hand back on my hip, just moving along. And a lady in an SUV, she's looking right. It's like 6 lanes, even though it's in town suburbs. Like Denver has places where it's still 6 lanes of just in town casual. It's like 35 miles an hour. She's pulling out of townhouses. She's looking right, but she wants to make a left turn into the far 3 lanes, but she keeps looking right. And so when it's clear right without looking left, she just pulls out, which is perfectly in front of me with seconds left as soon as she pulls out. And in motorcycle school, you learn to like cut to the shorter side emergency like, but it was so close and so symmetrical to make me like a T that my brain just froze. And I just like went ahead and jammed on the brakes as I'm getting like, as I say this is all like 2 seconds as it happens, but it takes. So I'm gripping the brakes and it's locking up and I'm sliding and it looks like I'm gonna slam into her SUV. And right at the last second, I squeeze even harder and the front brakes lock up. So it starts to catapult me forward off the bike because I'm like looking straight, and then looking straight is looking at my front tire with the road starting to come up. So I go ahead and like get catapulted and throw myself off of it, and I think I'm gonna hit the back of my head over the SUV, but I don't know if she heard me screaming no, like just as I'm about to hit, because it was like a life or death scream. But it catapults and I don't hit. I guess she had pulled forward, or there was like act of God or something. So now I'm just doing the end of Face Off, where I'm just hurtling through the air and I'm looking at the road coming, and it's going in slow motion because I have no helmet. And as the road's coming up in slow motion, I'm like, this might be it. This might be that, like, you know, like channel cancel, and like this might be the finish one. And I got this feeling of like the way when you're in a dream and you hear your alarm in the dream, and everybody in your dream is kind of looking at you like, is that your fucking alarm? And then you like wake up, but like in the dream for a second you were like, oh yeah, that's my alarm. I'm in a dream. I've been here before. So as I'm about to hit the road and it's going all slow, I just have this feeling of like, oh, I've done this. Like I've done this life end thing before. This is familiar. And then at the last second, I went, no, and I tucked in all my trampoline experience from a kid. Like I just tucked into a front roll, landed on my backpack, and then I just burst into road rash, like tumbling. And it's like for 1 second I see down the road, then the next second I see my bike tumbling end over end behind me. And it's just like rotating that. It's like down the road, bike chasing me, down the road, bike chasing me. And I finally like do something to get like sliding on something. I don't remember if it was a shin or my butt or whatever. But whenever I got done, I sat up and my bike just barely slides up against the small of my back and just barely taps me against the back. And by now I'm in shock. So I jump up and I'm just running around like throwing pieces of my bike out of the road. And I try and lift up my bike and I feel a tingle in my arm and just like drop it and keep throwing pieces. And by now, like cars have stopped and people are coming up to me. And the lady that wrecked me, like, you know, you're never supposed to take responsibility at the accident. And she comes running up going, it was my fault. It was my fault. And she goes, you got to sit down. You got to sit down. And I was like, I got to keep moving. I got to make sure everything's intact. Everything still bends and works. And she's like, but what about your arm? And I look down at my arm and I've got like a Popeye arm where my bicep is like really skinny, but the bicep is all up in my shoulder. Because when I tried to lift my bike, it popped the bicep off of my arm. Because I looked like this picture. I was a gym rat back then. So in shock, I just heaved up on the bike so hard I ripped my own muscle off the bone. And so when I look at my arm like that, I go, oh, I think I better sit down for a second. And they're taking me over this gas station sign with like a cement ledge. And as she's walking me and I'm realizing my arm, everything that's the color white starts like getting glowy and spanning out. And I start feeling lightheaded. And I said, hey, if I pass out, I need you to make sure this backpack makes it to the hospital with me. And she's like, okay. And so when I sat down, we talked and shit, and the ambulance came. And well, that was the life or death experience. Before I ramble on, I'll just go through on into this whole thing. But that was the life or death experience. Is like I didn't really like go unconscious and be on a surgery table, life or death. But it was like that moment of knowing the jig is probably up, that my head was probably going to splash off the pavement. I got that familiarity that you might get when you're falling off a cliff or you see a car that's not going to miss you. Yeah.
That's interesting. Do you still have problems with your arm?
No, actually, I mean, I'm not strong right now. I never got into the gym and shit since then with all I even had a gym membership when I was living in the RV, so I could use gym.
Did you take physical therapy?
No, because okay, here's a learning experience to that situation. I only had the medical of my auto insurance. So if you don't have a separate health insurance, a lot of the medical stuff you would need, you'd have to either make a deal or do out of pocket.
Yeah.
So, and I did get by well off, but they still didn't give me the physical therapy because the court stuff would be like 3 years before I'd see a penny. And while I did get to go to Steadman Hawkins, they're the surgeons here in Denver that do like the Broncos or MMA fighters and stuff. A girl from my hometown back east that I used to party with, she didn't go to my school, but she would be at parties I was at. She saw me bitching about Aurora hospitals like dicking me around with my bicep detached. They kept having me go to all these different specialists and wouldn't get me into surgery. She saw me bitching on Facebook about it, and she was like, "Hey, I'm out here doing nurse stuff for Steadman Hawkins. I'll see what my people say." And the next day she hit me like, "Yeah, they said you should have got surgery like the same day or the next day and they
Yeah.
would get you in." Yeah, and also I got my lawyers were Backus and Shanker. They're like on all the buses and billboards around Denver. So they got a deal with Steadman Hawkins where they could put off the fees and a lot of the money until the court case was done. So the Aurora hospital stuff is all that I was paying out of pocket.
And
But
you
I was
still haven't
project
had
managing.
physical therapy though.
I mean, I went back to working out when I had the gym at home. I didn't go as hard as I was when I was a gym rat, but I got back into a little shape. I need to
No,
keep
I
working
mean
out.
you haven't had physical therapy on your arm. You haven't
No,
had
but
any
all
chiropractor work, physical therapy, or anything like that.
no, but it was my dominant arm, and I am pretty proactive of like in this apartment over
Yeah, but what do
lockdown.
you do? What do you do to what do you do to heal that for
That's what
yourself?
I'm
How do
saying.
you?
I was already a gym rat for years before that, so I do know how to stretch. I know how to floss my nerves. Like I've had sciatica problems where I had to learn to floss different sciatica and
I
whatever that
know, but
stick man nerve is through your bone.
how do you nourish your body for the bone trauma, for the tissue trauma? Do
No,
you
the
do?
bone, all it did was it was distal bicep, so it separated the bicep from my elbow area up
Mhm.
to the shoulder. Sometimes people get it down to the wrist, but mine was up to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they just reattached it and it gradually stretched back out and healed. And I can just do, actually, it's stronger now with however they attached it. It won't come off as easy. I even saw a weightlifter in a forum saying he wondered if he could just pay to have his other arm done because he had it done to an arm. And he's like, well, since it's stronger, I'd like to just have the other side done.
So you've never had any like cupping therapy or any kind
No,
of
but I've
like
had to use my arm to still shoot guns and carry groceries and carry my
I'm
dog.
not
And
talking about that because when you're in an accident like that, you usually have some kind of trauma to the bone area, which then you have
no, that was my
stagnation.
that was my okay, so I catapulted and one guy that stopped even said he saw me like diving like through the air Superman style. So
Mhm.
I was coming down like a gymnast where it's like my head and my hands
You
headed
tuck
toward
and
the
roll,
ground. Huh?
tuck and roll.
Well, that's what I ended up doing, but it was
Mhm.
like the catapult had my feet going higher and higher over my back.
I
So
understand. I've seen an
I did
accident like
see to
that
make
before.
it I did make it a tuck and roll. So
Mhm.
that's why the only hard hit was I tuck and rolled so hard that I came full flip onto my feet and pounded my heel into the ground to where I had a not a whole cast, but like the Reebok looking cast. I had one of those for a couple days. But yeah, that bounce off the heel still put me into that tumbling, seeing the bike,
Mhm.
seeing ahead of me, seeing the bike.
So did you
Like I eventually
fracture your heel?
no, but it did bruise it for a couple days. It
So
was
you
sore
have
for a while,
bone trauma in your heel,
but it
and
wasn't that bad. They had done
yeah,
X-rays and shit.
yeah.
And surprisingly, that was even my bad ankle from whenever I was a skater, and it
Uh-huh.
still wasn't that bad when I smashed off of it. So I was kind
What
of
have
like,
you done for your body to help heal with that? Like, have you taken any vitamins? Do you use
well,
oils?
I take vitamins pretty regular, and I get out and get like cardio walkie with my dog, work exercise regular, and I should be lifting the weights I have around here. And I also put on some like heavy body armor like for rifle bullets. I'll wear
Mm-hmm.
that in the winter because it's concealable, but it's like a weight vest.
Mm-hmm.
So I do shit like that.
Let's go.
But I'm definitely not buff. I'm just trying to be functional, strong. because I'm not
Yeah.
trying to get large mass again. I'm gonna go be like a farmer, hermit guy on my land for a couple years
Yeah.
in a
What do
in
you
a
know about those
in a
things?
well,
What
I
do you
grew up
know
in West
about farming and things like that? What do you know about herbology? What
I
can you tell
do
us that will help give some information to people about how you want to establish that and for what reasons, for your benefit and for the benefit of others?
well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going out well, first off, this is land I just bought because it's nice land for like vacationy campy stuff. It's
Hmm.
like it's waterfront down in southern Colorado. Like you could walk to New Mexico from the land. Um but I want to go down there in a James Allen sense. If you've ever read any James Allen books, like the first one I read was As a Man Thinketh, but he wrote a lot that kind of continue off of that. There's some spiritual sided stuff he talks about like living as a lone man in the wilderness for a spiritual experience you can only get from that. Um,
Hmm.
but as far as who wants to grow food where, you'd have to do what I do, which is do your research according to where you're going to do it. Because I'm used to growing shit back east in West Virginia, where it's humid, closer to sea level, more green, more rain, more humid. But where I'm going, it's like
It's
higher
dry.
than it's higher than Denver. Like Denver is a mile high above sea level, and this is even
Mm-hmm.
higher down in southern Colorado. And a lot of the stuff they grow down there is mostly root things like potatoes or sweet potatoes, things that grow in the ground. Because the challenging thing about Colorado is during the winter, it can have warm enough days to put your convertible top down in the winter because it's so constant sun. Like we have 300 and something days of sun a year, and the weather's mild a lot. But you might hit spring and start all your early plants in the spring when it's nice. But then 3 weeks in the spring, you might get one more random frost on the ground in the morning and it kills everything. And like you're
Mm-hmm.
fucked and you're starting late. So I would probably have to make some indoor shit to do important plants, just play with the outdoor in ground stuff or whatever. I
Now,
don't know. That's
have you looked into where you bought your land in Colorado? Have you
I've
looked
already
at,
gone down and I've
no, I
already
mean,
been
do
camping on it
you
and shooting
know
on it.
the history of your land?
Yeah, it's close to one of two mountains that whatever native tribes were down there. I forget what name they said. I'd just find out whenever I'm down there again. Because I was thinking when I die, if I have no family, I'll leave it to one of those tribes if they're around. But it's like the Ute Mountain, I think, in New Mexico is like the mountain of birth. And then further north, I forget what the name of is of the craggy mountain. It's their mountain of death. And there was some kind of journey you took from one mountain to the other. It's not long to drive, but if you walked,
Mhm.
it's probably kind of some thing.
Nice. What
Yeah.
do you plan to
But
grow on your land?
I don't know. At first, I'm just going to take, like, if I'm doing it, these squeeze plays have happened and I've got considerable funds to make things happen. Like, I already have stuff around my house for, like, the water. I have water cubes. They're like these Legos, these giant
Yeah, I've seen.
multi-gallon Lego. Yeah, you can like stack water cubes, and I already have my shit hits the fan food until I need to eat that. Um, I don't know. There's things to it. Like there's 60-foot cliffs along the river, and
Hmm.
my property line is in the river and shit. But I want to put like classy wired caves in those 60-foot cliffs and have like electricity in them and shit. But up top, I still want to set up like some glamping shit, like Moose might be pumped to talk about some like seasonal glamping
Hmm.
uh lots, and then the cost is relative to what the glamping thing is. Like we'll have the basic, the Neanderthal, where you
Are
just get
you
a
thinking
tripod.
about doing any kind of like Airbnb on your land?
That's glamping. It's called
Yeah.
glamour. It's like glamorous camping. You give people
Yeah.
like really swanky stuff, but
Okay.
it's not all gonna be swanky. There's, like I said, there will be like the primitive one that's just a tripod over a fireplace and a lean-to and some like
Okay.
log seats. That'll be the cheapest primitive one. Then I might have like really cushy one. I don't know. I'll see as it goes because it might
That's
just be
cool.
refuge in the end of the world. It also might
Right.
be where that happens.
Well, that's interesting. That's it pretty. I've never heard of glamping before like that, but I just know about the Airbnbs because I visit a lot of them. So,
And I would try and maybe do it like you wouldn't get your name out and schedule as fast, but I might try and do it just independent website so you're not paying Airbnb the fees and shit.
right.
Like
That's cool.
yeah, like I'm sure Slash, I remember some panel people were like, don't pay me through YouTube, pay me through this, because YouTube's
Yeah.
gonna take fucking chunk.
Yeah.
That's
You,
why they
you,
got
sorry.
I'm sorry. That's why they got the they try not to do it on their YouTube page anymore because YouTube takes so much that
And
they
that's why
you
everybody
know
is leaving YouTube. Like, why should they take so much to monitor what you say and do on your videos? Like, you can't even do or say anything, and they're still taking your money. Steven Crowder took 40,000 people with him to Rumble because they're on his mug club anyway. It's like if I didn't have so many stock people to watch on YouTube, and if there was a Rumble app on Xbox instead of just YouTube, I'd definitely ditch YouTube. Even when
Yeah.
people tell me to make a channel, I'm like, if I do make a channel, I'm not gonna primary main in YouTube. I'll repost to YouTube, but I ain't gonna risk all this shit.
when people come to YouTube, really when they start a channel or page, whatever, I don't think that they really
They don't know it's
they
changed.
what I'm saying is I don't really think a lot of like me when I came to YouTube, it wasn't about being monetized or anything like that. It was just a different platform to be able to do videos, go
Well,
live,
you
and
and I think you and I and a lot of people, we use YouTube more like another MySpace. It's like each person's channel is just their MySpace channel where you could do your background and put your music, but it's like your panel is your just social media place. So when some people come at you like their ratings and their views and who's interested from the chat, it's like, oh, you think you're doing more than a Zoom call, this is just a public Zoom call like kids went to school. Don't come at me with your ratings and shit, because that's what it is. YouTube changed to where it's impossible for these low people to ever really come up. They want
because it's a
MSNBC
corporation.
and Fox. Yeah, they want they want to be the
Yeah.
new television online now that TV cable isn't the thing. They want to be
Well,
that. They want to
YouTube
be what cable was.
YouTube got that. YouTube offers that, now.
Right,
You
but
know
they
that?
suck.
Almost
Right,
40.
but they suck.
They
That's
do?
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, because
when
they
I
do
first,
offer.
when in the early
Yeah, but
days,
that's all changing now.
right,
Mm.
but in the early days when I first started watching YouTube, it was like any new person could just come up because people liked what they were doing, and you could just be like living with squirrels and talking about the squirrels you live among and sitting on a branch and it like iDubbbz and I'm trying to think of some old ones like Filthy Frank and just old shit like Salad Fingers and shit, like you could just do random shit and make a lot of money come up on the monetization. But now they suppress that. Like they're not going to put these guys in the algorithm, and the big YouTubers up the tower aren't going to do the panel anyone can visit. It's complicated, but I think everyone should just leave. I don't think you should be on Facebook, and I don't think you should be on YouTube. You should be on like Minds and Rumble or some shit like, oh, Native
That's
American
if
ladies.
you want to. That's if you want to create content, though, right, Tommy?
Yeah, but you won't have the First Amendment suppression as much on Rumble. It's just, and you can still make money. Like Salty Cracker makes so much money just from donations over on Rumble. But it's kind of like you'd have to start from scratch because that's different people, except for the few YouTube people that probably go both. But you would just be starting with new Rumble people to get following you and shit.
I know a lot of people and get a lot of donations and stuff from like on YouTube on using the platform, but they
Right.
use their PayPals and stuff to get their donations. They don't necessarily use
Oh, you reminded me.
YouTube.
Watch this. Hold on. I've been meaning to do this. I wanted to do this to see if I'll start getting. Boom. Now we'll see who likes me. Boom. If I get support, throw me some support.
You stupid. No, it's gotta be.
That's my Cash App name.
Oh, okay. Wait, I was going to say you got to put it in the chat. Like,
No, you can.
but
That's
no,
my Cash
you're
App
right.
name there.
That's your
Yeah,
Cash App name. But
yep.
ain't nobody gonna donate to you from Larry's joint.
No, I don't want you guys to. I just want to see if
I
on other
know.
panels, if I ever like,
Yeah,
or
put your
maybe I'll
Cash App
throw it out
name.
there. I'll
So
be
I
like,
have
"Hey,
a
Yeah,
you
I
think
question
this?"
for you, Tommy.
All right.
Mary just made a comment, and that land where out there is you hunting land. Are you going to let the people come on your land and still hunt that you
I
bought
only
from
have
that
10 acres, so the question is, will I be able to go roam away from my acreage and hunt on? Yeah, we'll see.
land? Okay,
Because we're
that's
about to
interesting.
go into some New World Order stuff that I think if I'm living down there, there might be eventually like patrolling drones that are like, you got to get to a mega city. You can't just be living out on the land here.
Oh, they already have
Where's your
drones out there,
tattoo?
Tommy.
Where
They
is
have
your
drones out
money
there already.
tattoo? Your passport tattoo?
They have everything out there already. They got
Mm-hmm.
skinwalkers, all kinds of things out there.
But they're going to
Mm-hmm.
use this green movement thing to say the land should be private for nature to go back to its thing, and you have to stay in the 15-minute cities. And 15-minute cities are everything you need is within your 15-minute section. And if you want to leave your 15-minute section, that'll cost you extra carbon credits. It might be if your social credit score isn't high enough, you might not be allowed to leave it as many times or at all. It's like there's gonna be shit like shit. Ubers won't come for me anymore until my social credit score gets higher again. They're doing that shit. That's how they're trying to make us China.
Oh, China owns America. What are you talking about?
A lot of it, yeah.
Right?
So if those balloons were really from China, they could have just dropped like raised them from in America somewhere. They could have just lifted off from their
I
property.
have this strange feeling that they're gonna take all the people that are in America and they're gonna put them in those old vacant buildings out in China, the ghost town places. That's where they're gonna put
I
us.
know what you're talking about, the
Mhm.
the cities they built just because they had the money and then nobody lives in them. Yeah, those are surreal because if you do live in them, you'll be driving through all these skyscrapers, through all these lanes, and you might just see one other car pass you. It's like Walking Dead type thing, but without death and zombies.
I think it's beautiful.
Well, they really did mean for people to move into them, but there
Yeah.
was the conspiracy that they were ready for a big worldwide catastrophe and they thought everyone was going to need a place to go to. But it's
Yeah.
really they were just over budget trying to scam on some embezzling and laundering money. And now they have like a recreation of Paris. Like they rebuilt Paris. There's an Eiffel Tower and it's like a lot of the same construction around and like nobody lives there.
Yeah. Because that's how they do it though. That's
No, I
how
don't see me leaving this
they
country.
reconstruct. You might not see it that way.
Well,
but
they're not going to get me on a
possibility.
boat or a plane without killing me first. Like, that's half of the land plan. Like, I can see you coming from any direction on my land. So if you're coming to take me, you're going to have to leave me alone or kill me. I can make it like that. That is one of the people always tell me, how do you expect to win with your guns? Like, it's not always about winning. It's about making sure you lose the way you want to lose, you know?
It's just about standing your ground until you ain't got no feet to stand on.
Yeah. Do you know why ladies get sexually assaulted, the R word? Because they're not wearing enough holsters. Get it?
No, that's not true. The thing about it is some of those women that get raped, like me personally, when I got raped.
Great, allegedly, great.
I
You
got
hear me?
drugged
Danny,
with the
great,
intention
great,
of violated,
great.
but
Wait, Tommy.
Great.
Wait, Tommy.
huh?
Great. Yeah, great.
Oh, graped. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
great.
I
So
got
women
raped.
only get graped because they weren't wearing enough, and you think I'm gonna go the slutty clothes, right? No, holsters. They weren't wearing enough holsters.
Yeah.
Shut up,
wasn't-
Tommy.
I wasn't wearing holsters. I thought I was just going to a party with my boyfriend. And I
Right.
got raped into an ABC Asian Brother Crip gang.
Mm.
Oh,
When I
I
was
understand.
17 when I was 17.
Yeah, I got stories about that too.
You know?
But that's too bad. Where was your boyfriend? Did he get like wrecked
he
or
was
what?
he was in on it.
What a
Mm.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that's what happens when your parents kick you out at the age of 16.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get kicked out. I didn't get kicked out. I ran away when I was 13 because my mother was abusive and on drugs. And then I went to my aunt, and she was a alcoholic, and
Yeah.
she was just as bad. I had to take care of her children because she was always drinking.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that made me stronger. I had to take care of myself.
But Danny, that's what I was saying earlier. That's why stuff doesn't really bother me, because people will knock my drug use history, but that
Yeah.
drug use history is why I could tell I was being roofied and given mystery stuff. And it was a dude that was my friend. Like, he'd even given me a spare car when my car broke down when I was going to college. Like, he had a spare Audi for me. And I met him through like military friends that I knew.
Of course you did.
But it wasn't as malicious as people took the Bill Cosby or the old roofie days. He had actually just lost his way so much that he
dragged you in on it.
He had so many straight dudes get fucked up with him and fuck around with him that he forgot that you still needed to tell people what drugs you were giving them and shit. Like, it was complicated, but I avoided any bad outcome because I was used to doing drugs. And he ended up having like some bad stuff happen to him regardless of what I think of it. But I'll also say everything is good. Like, everything that happens, it's up to us to figure out how it's good. But I've got cool samurai parables about how like everything is good. And
life is good.
Yeah. Like whenever I did a lot of Breaking Bad, I got in the stock market, used Breaking Bad like Adderall, and made a lot of money in the stock market. So you'll never tell me I'd go back and not do Breaking Bad. Because that situation with that dude is how I didn't know I did Breaking Bad. And then I was like, hey, I think
you go back to be doing Breaking. You go back now, and I'm gonna tell you right
that
here
was
in your
the
face.
first time I ever did it.
If you go back to Breaking Bad and I catch you, you know I'm going back to you. You know what I'm going back to, right?
But you
better
won't
not
be able to tell.
You better not.
I'll still act like this. You won't be able to tell if I'm doing it.
See, now you done put your foot in your mouth.
But that's why I said I'll just tell you guys, because the next time I plan on doing it is if I start building shit on my land and it's nice out, I'll want to spend like 48 hours with work lights, just keep going, like noiding out, just focused, like.
So why can't you do that? Why can't you do that without the Breaking Bad? Like, why couldn't you have
400? It's 400 miles away. So when I get down there to do that shit, I want to get as much done in that trip as I can. I won't want to camp and sleep very much, because as fast as I can, I feel like I'm behind on making it stayable. Like, you can only be down there right now with what you take down to stay. Like, even the closest city or Walmart is still like almost an hour drive, because I wanted land like out there, And I do have
you wanted to be off the grid.
Yeah. And it is like waterfront and shit, and it's got the caves and the beach side of the river, and there's a lot of cool shit about it. I might be able to bring up some pictures here in a second. But yeah, it has its challenges. Like, if vehicle breaks down or if I get hurt really bad, like, there is like a neighbor that's relatively close for an emergency, but as far as any civilization, it's far away.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi.
She being all shy. We see you. Good morning.
Happy rising.
Abnorm, I said there will be that thing whenever I'm doing the early construction and building stuff or working the land, because I did it in the stock. Like, it's like I would tell Danny, don't ever let doctors or anyone tell you to put your kid on Adderall, because I've done Adderall, Ritalin, and Breaking Bad, and it's all the same show. It's like same show. I've done all three. Same thing. There's like, it's a little different, like wine and liquor. Like, you see the differences, like the way you can see different alcohol, but it's still all alcohol, And so with those focus drugs,
Be
like
right
Small
back.
Mustache and June Cleaver used to do. Like it has been legal in America over the years, over the centuries. But yeah, man, I'm the singularity. I'd never tell anybody to do it, but whenever had it thrown on me, I realized, hey, I'm just a different person. I go out and interact with people. I help old ladies cross the street. I ask people if they're okay, if nobody else is. I'm just tentative, you know. I'm like the way I used to be when I was like a grade school kid, only as an adult. I'm like I go out and do man shit. Like I just build community and interact with my society in a pleasant manner, even in these barrios and ghettos, because I'll look you in the eye and I'm not. When it goes wrong, it's like a homeless lady at Walmart at 4 a.m. wearing a dirty prom dress and a tiara, and she thinks she's the shit. She just has the confidence of like the actual
Never
clean
been to
prom.
Walmart at 4 a.m.
Oh, then you ain't lived Sly Side. That's
Fuck
fun
out
shit
of
if they
here.
still
Who
get people
wants
of
to go
Walmart
to Walmart at 4 a.m., yo?
to see those people, especially if you're in Philly. Like there's the Denver and Saudi Aurora
No,
type. If you go to Walmart
no.
at 4
I
a.m. in
live in
Philly, there's
Philly.
probably, huh?
Babe. I've been in Philly all my life, yo. I
But
ain't
you've
never seen
never
no
gone to
shit like
Walmart at
that.
4 a.m.
Our Walmart don't stay open 24 hours.
Hey, Abnorm, I have no need for drugs now. I'm ready to be clean whenever we go into some catastrophe where I wouldn't be able to find a drug dealer or he might be like looking for food and not having any drugs. I don't need drugs. To quote Salvador Dali, I don't do drugs. I am drugs. But it's all
No,
drugs to me. From
what he
sugar,
say?
from
Look, what
sugar
he's
to
saying.
heroin, you are a
Look,
fleshy sack of organs that are affected by what you put in it. It's all drugs to me.
Tommy, what he's saying is, what I'm hearing is, he's because he's listening to you saying that you would go back on the Breaking Bad to get some shit done.
I mean, even if it was shit. Okay, here's a good example, Abnorm. I would tell people who don't do it that it would be good to have just a little bit of Breaking Bad in your uh what am I thinking of? Like your backpack or whatever dangerous outdoorsy thing you do, your survival kit, have just a little bit of it. Because if you've never done that shit before, and let's say you're that guy from the movie where he got his arm wedged between the rocks, the mountain climber, and he had to cut his own arm off and then
I
walk
knew
to
that's what
find
you was
help.
talking about the other day when you said it. You mentioned something like that the other day, and I
I
said, "Oh,
might have
you
been
saw that
saying it for a
movie?"
different reason. I might have
Yeah,
been
but
using it for a
we
different
was talking
reason.
about. Yeah, but I knew you was talking about that movie when you said it, though. I knew
Okay,
you
so
was talking about that
listen, if
movie.
you had to do something like that and had
Mm-hmm.
some emergency that, you would be
Mm-hmm.
able to focus and do that a lot easier.
So you saying
Like,
if he had been spaced out, he'd have been able to cut his arm off quicker?
well, no, I think it would make you not pass out from shock as easy, or you'd keep your wits about you because you'd be like in the moment focused. Because I noticed it helps with pain. It's not a pain relieving drug, but your brain is so on
They're
point and active that you
mind
overcome
altering
pain
chemicals.
easier. Yeah, it's like
Mind altering chemicals.
you go
Mm-hmm.
mind above. It's a stimulant. It's like
Mm-hmm.
caffeine. It's part of the caffeine
Mm-hmm.
family. So
Mm-hmm.
you go beyond the pain, even though the pain isn't being subdued. Your like brain goes above it easier.
Mm-hmm. Like
So that would
microdosing.
help with cutting your own arm off and accepting that you had to do it because
Stupid.
that would suck. But
All
like
right, I
on
want to.
New Year's this year, I had to walk like half a mile with a broken collarbone, 2 broken ribs, and a collapsed lung. And I was having the time of my life because I was like trying to stay conscious. My dog was coming with me in the snow. There was nobody around, but I was in ghetto industrial area, getting closer and closer to traffic and near my place. But when I started to feel like I was going to pass out, I sat down and called my neighbor and told him I was on my way in case I didn't make it. And yeah, man, it was a great night. He got to like pull my fucking arm out for me, so my bones all crackled into place and my lung loosened up. And that was even before he took me to the emergency room. It was
Oh, so you did.
horrible.
You did make it to the emergency room.
Yeah, it was an ordeal in itself as well. Like the X-ray guy would just like pull me around and lift my arm and shit, and I like suppress it, but I was crying out like I was being tortured and shit. And
Mm-hmm.
but everybody was saying like I took it better than most people that come through with like bad injuries like that. But I was still like, when he pulled my arm and lifted it too fast and shit, I would be like, ah, you'd probably hear me down the hall and shit. But even the drive there, I was trying to position in the car so that every bump wasn't killing me.
Wouldn't
'Cause it was
hurt.
like,
Yeah.
it was
I
two
know. I
broken
can
ribs
imagine.
and a broken collarbone, and it was making my upper half
Pressing on
lean
your lung?
forward. Yeah, well, my lung was collapsed because of the ribs, but I had to
Mhm.
like in my friend's apartment, I had to reach up on the wall and grab something to like lift myself straight up to get a breath again, because
Mm.
wherever the ribs and the collarbone were broken, it was enough support that I'd slowly sag forward. Like, yeah, my rib cage wouldn't sit upright on the back because all that stuff kind of leverages off of each other. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, man, it's $4,000 that it's the peace of mind of the x-rays saying that everything was good to just sit in place. But
Mhm.
had I known that's all it was and it was good when my friend
You
popped it
wouldn't have
into
spent
place.
that. You wouldn't
Yeah.
have spent that money.
Well, he was a combat medic. So I was trying to get to him for like, if he thought I could get away with no hospital, I would have done it. But because he wanted to go hospital, the way I felt, I was like, yes, I'll definitely take hospital.
Mhm.
Because it was bad, man. It took us forever to take my jacket off, my bulletproof vest, my belt that had 2 guns on it. It was all so tight that we had to pull like each plate out of the bulletproof vest before we could get the
Mhm.
shirt off because my arm was
Yeah.
so fucked up. And
Tommy, I want to
I
tell you.
started yelling at him because
Uh-huh.
he's a good dude. He can shoot straight. He's killed Somalians. He's taken a bullet to his armor in service and shit. But he gets really like, because he's a single dad that shares with his wife custody, he gets
Mhm.
really like mommy on me about shit, and he knows that I'm the roughneck of us, and I get mad at him. So I felt my arm collapsing, and I kept pointing in pain at this bike water bottle we had. And I was like,
Yeah.
hand me that. And he'd be like, what, this? And he's trying to do all this shit. And I'm like, no, that bottle. And then when he hands it to me, I just casually like jam it up under my armpit. I'm like, see? And he was the combat medic, you know? But yeah, man, it was a crazy night, but I love it. Like on Fight Club, whenever he smacks him,
Listen.
whenever his hand's burning and he's trying to go off in the ice cave, and Tyler Durden
Yeah.
smacks him. He's like, "You're having the time of your life right now, and you're off in some ice cave somewhere." That's how I was. I was thinking about my shoulder and my concussion because I hit my head and my shoulder at the same time to break. I had 2 big welts on my head and a mild concussion because I was in an industrial area where nobody could hear me going, that's like concussion noises where you don't know if you're gonna throw up or fucking pass out. You know, my vision
I've
was
been
getting
there.
all weird.
I've been there. My mother. I've been there. My mother.
Oh yeah, and I used to
I've been there.
box. I've had some, and I think I had a mild concussion from snowboarding. But
Mhm.
that's what I think I might have gotten Roseanne. Like I think I might have racked my head because I wasn't always quite like this, you know. I always had my moral compass and shit, but this way people describe me as
Excuse me.
manic, uh I feel like more might have came on after that concussion day. I don't know.
Well,
And they
listen.
said they
I want to
saw
tell you.
something in my neck that they don't know what it is. When they took the x-rays for my collarbone, they said
Mhm.
there's something going on in my neck that they don't know what it is, and they want that I should have it followed up on.
Check
I
this
don't know
out.
if
I
it's
gotta
like
tell
a
you.
tumor or what.
Look.
That's why
Listen.
I asked you, what do you do to heal yourself? What are you
But the
doing?
thing in my neck, I don't know if it was ever an injury. I do crack my neck a lot, but as far as healing, I have my function, except for like my permanent injuries. Like I got a skater ankle I work on.
You're still ignoring the question. What do you do to heal that? What is your knowledge on how to
Well, I
heal
don't
those
know what you
parts
mean
of your
by
body?
heal. I'm healed, but I gotta
No,
get
you're
into
not.
better
That's what I'm
shape.
saying.
I need
You
to
might think
exercise
because
more
you
to
have a
get some
physical
mass back.
appearance, it's not about the physical appearance. It's the inner. It's the inner.
Do you mean spiritually, like a yoga thing or something?
No. What I'm talking about is all you're talking, when I hear you speak, I hear your body calling out. I hear that there's pain and injury that you're is suppressed and you're not speaking of it.
There's probably pain, but my physical pain I know is just a fact of aging and decaying. I can deal with the physical pain, but you probably hear some kind of deep-seated, long-building disgust because I've been
No,
on.
it's not that. It's your the way you respond to people and the way you kind of get irritated with people. There is something that's needed. There is like an herb and a massaging, and there's other things that you're not doing for yourself.
I smoke weed and jerk off all the time. That's urban
You're
massaging.
so stupid. Why can't you ever be serious for a second?
Well, I have to be funny because she sees the pain, so I need to not be the pain. But I think she just sees these YouTube streets. I think she sees my frustration with communicating.
She doesn't
with
know.
people.
She doesn't know you, Tommy. She doesn't travel. She doesn't travel in the YouTube streets, Tommy.
Hey, I've been on
know.
YouTube for a long time. I've traveled these streets. But
Well,
not
you're like me. We've watched the higher up the tower, but I haven't always been in these streets and these Zoom
here's
calls.
the thing. I speak from experience because I've had many blackouts. I've had many like seizures. I've had other kinds of things happen to me. I have tumors up the yin yang in my body. I have cysts. I have fibroids.
I'm down with yin yang.
You know, I have all those things. If you were down with yin yang, you would know the flow and the chi of your own body and your own masculinity within your body, and you do something about that to heal it and establish something.
Maybe I take my yin yang more as the pendulums of light to the shadow self to the light self, because that's kind of how I balance. Like, I feel like I'm kind of like I've walked a gray Jedi path, but primarily as a good person, just not because of laws and authority. I've just been good to be good.
Yeah, but your body's still suffering from it. I just
asked
because I wonder what you take for that. Like, what kind of herbal remedies are you taking? What kind of
Flintstone vitamins until they run out, and then some kind of adult multivitamin, and maybe something extra. I forget what I got extra. Maybe some kind of zinc or something. And also have the pills.
Do you do cannabis? Do you drink it as a tea, or you just smoke it? You just drink it as a tea, or do you smoke it?
Mostly smoke it, and I do some psychedelics sometimes.
Have you ever done it like RSO oil?
What oil?
The RSO oil, the Rick Simpson oil. Sorry,
is there any other names for it?
Rick Simpson oil?
Yeah.
Yeah. It helps heal a lot of that stuff too.
I mean, does it go by any other names than
not that I've heard of before.
I've used Tiger Balm on my sciatica shit.
Yeah. No, this is straight cannabis, tar. That's healing for your body.
Oh, is it like CBD or CBD?
Wait, Tommy, hush.
I'm coming.
Danny, I have some Rick Simpson. I have some. Hold on.
Yeah, I know you do. I seen you were talking about it the other day.
Yeah, but so you saying I could rub this on my body?
No, ingest it in your body. I mean, you could make a tincture and rub it on your body, sure. But
because I do have some Skittles tincture. I do have some.
Yeah, if you just take a little bit of the RS oil, like a rice grain, and put it on a piece of bread, or just let it slip down your throat. Don't drive or walk anywhere because you need to sleep so your body can heal, but it does get rid of tumors and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I did.
I have a friend. I have a girl I used to play pool with and shit at a bar in the spring. She owned a dispensary and she had breast cancer in her family. Her grandmother had it, her mother had it, her older sister had it. And when she got it, she went straight up THC oil, like hardcore from the beginning, and she beat it. She beat it with THC
it's the same thing.
Yep, it's awesome.
That's good. But I still continue in therapies like with cupping and massage therapy, so
and also we're all gonna take it different because of our you're like primarily estrogen, I'm primarily testosterone, and we're gonna age and handle it differently, you know. Like
Yeah,
if I'm
I
still
understand
gonna,
that.
yeah.
I mean,
I am disappointed with how I've let myself go, but I also understand like there's a lot of shit that's going on here at this place, and
I just wonder how you're gonna do all that shit you talk about, but yet there's some things that you're lacking when it comes to
well, I
your
plan
personal
I
body.
need to start like I'm in better shape than I think because of how often I take my dog and how far we go. Like I'll walk to go to a store where people I meet would never. I've never met someone that was, because I grew up in West Virginia doing a lot of walking to jobs and shit,
Yeah.
and I just am a walker. Like biblically, I just get down on some walking. I can go long, hardcore. So I go to stores and jobs like longer than people.
You walk barefoot ever?
I do sometimes, but Colorado and Denver is bad for it because the sidewalks got a lot of broken glass. The sidewalks get too hot in the summer, even for my dog. I had to buy shoes for my dog because he blistered his feet up, and I still had like, as long it was around the area I broke my collarbone in the winter, so it was about a half mile. I had to fucking carry him, and he is like 50 pounds. And it was like that hot, so carrying him when it's so hot to blister his feet.
Mhm.
But we had went like miles to pay the electric bill on that walk, and by the time he was getting back, he was looking at me like holding his feet up. We'll also do that over ice when it's like icy and salty enough. Yeah, man, if I can't get an Uber or something, I just have to carry him and thumb a ride. But now that he's got the shoes, it won't happen again.
Oh, I went outside to get a water. Um, hey Tommy, I wanted to tell you something.
Yeah.
You listening?
Yeah.
This is the guy I like. When I hear you talking and you know, I like this guy.
Yeah, this is
I
the
don't.
guy that none of these channels let. That if you watch Yurts last night, that's what it was. Like that Drew guy who's like, no, I just jumped in here to say this shit about you. I'm like, okay, well, we were talking about chemtrails. Just talk your shit about me, or we'll go back to chemtrails. So I told Yurt, if you don't want the hype, I can just sit there and go, okay.
Gabe,
But Yurt was having Paul in. I thought Yurt wanted that shit because he had Drew dropping in. Provo wanted to go there. I was like, I'll take these fools on. They're fucking not the
wait,
Zoomers. They're fucking millennials, man. I fucking school
I,
these millennials if they want to talk
wait.
burn.
Hello,
Go ahead.
Tommy. All right, well, I'm gonna bring you back to
It's not
this
the
house,
Tommy you
right?
deserve.
I'm
Talking
gonna
about
bring you.
NPR, Tommy.
I want to bring you
Uh,
back to. I want to
coming up
bring you
next,
back
we
to.
have Sly Shy.
Come on,
And this is
Tommy.
Sly
I'm
Shy
trying to
on
talk to
NPR.
you.
NPR Radio Sly Shy 58. NPR Radio.
I'm trying to talk
Coming
to
up, we have
you.
Sly Shy. Go ahead, Sly Shy. You're on caller.
All right. So what I'm saying is, this is the kind of house that we have here in the morning in the
Except for when
lounge,
you're
right?
talking about why you're triggered. Except for when you want to take your house and tell Tommy what you're beefing
Oh
about.
God,
And we can't talk
I
about
don't have
anything
a.
else. You have to bitch
Can I
Tommy
talk,
out.
please? Let me
The
talk,
first half of the
please.
show, you made Tom feel like you were
Please,
reaming his ass like
please. Can I
middle
talk?
school kid.
Please,
We're going
I'm
back to
begging
Sly
you.
Shy. This is Danny
I'm
Skylark
begging
and
you.
Luma Tommy J. Larry on NPR. We're coming back to
I'm.
Sly Shy
Come
58.
on, Tommy. Why can't Tommy? Please,
Go
I'm
ahead, Sly Shy.
begging you. I'm trying to be
Caller.
mature.
Caller 58, you're on.
Hey, Tommy, do you have brothers and sisters?
I have the Brady Bunch effect, brothers and
Yeah.
sisters. Like my parents were both divorced with kids before they married and had me. So I got a little bit of,
Echo.
yeah,
Echo.
it's Moose. You'd think the kid with the channel would know how to come in and not echo the fucking. I'm trying to talk about my parents here, Moose. My family that I don't. Yes. But I got a little bit of youngest child, then
Mhm.
like there was only child, and so I just never had oldest child experience. Well, my nephews and niece were around a little bit while I was like an older kid. Very
Yeah.
little though. As far as brothers and sisters though, I only got youngest child to only child experience. But when they say how that psychologically makes people a certain way, I've seen how I have a little bit of both. Like the middle children are usually more like the MLK peacekeepers from being like between the youngest child fucking innovative, mischievous drama queen and the oldest child leader, Leonardo Ninja Turtle type. But there's always the exception. There's always the exception. Like in later parts of my life, I was more management and leadership because I've got sick of following people that made my life miserable. I was like, I could have had us all doing less work than this, so I might as well take on the responsibility. Because being a follower with less responsibility is just being a big pain in the ass. That's where some of that pain is, you hear. It's more like coarse rancor, cynicism.
Yeah, but when your
Moose, you
behavior
pussy, he ran.
when your
Moose
behavior
ran.
when your behavior is like that though, Tommy, you push other people away, and it's not
I want
fair.
to. That's what I'm doing, Sly Shy. Why are you
Yeah,
coming
but
at me like it's a bad thing?
that's not
I'm-
fair though, because it's not, Danny. I'm sorry, Danny, but this is not fair to people
What
that
do you
try
apologize? What
to
did you do to
communicate,
Danny? What are
to
you
people that try to
apologizing to?
communicate with you like you want to be
No, we
communicated to.
communicate.
I don't
I
treat you like
communicate.
I don't treat you like those other channels treat you when you're
I
here.
want them. I
When you're
want
here,
everybody to treat me the way they're going to treat me. Do not like. Do not
when you're
subscribe.
here, I
Just
treat you.
interact.
When you're here, I want to engage with you
Yep,
as
and you can choose.
adult. I don't want to engage with
No,
you as
you
an
never
eighth
want to
grader.
be an adult, Sly Shy.
I
That's how we
do.
clash. But
No,
you don't
we
understand.
we clash because you don't know how to enjoy talking to me,
Oh,
having
I
a
enjoy
conversation
it.
with
I
me.
enjoy
No,
it.
you like to you want to push my
Sly
buttons
Shy, I
unnecessarily.
see a bigger picture than what you're trying to describe. You don't get my side of it. I
I
understand what
do
you're
get
saying.
your side. I see what you
You
are.
are
I see
you
how
are
you
no
play.
different. You are no different to me than anyone else. Like I appreciate some people's interaction more than others, but I understand us like I understand me and Larry. I understand me and Moose.
But
That's
see
all
how
my life is.
see how I'm
My
Good
trying
whole
to
morning
life
talk
there,
to
has been
you.
Tommy.
watching.
But see
Good
how
morning,
I'm
sir.
trying to see
Good
how I'm
morning.
trying to talk to
Wait, is
you
that Moose?
as how I'm trying to talk to you as an adult,
Wait,
and you're
is
not
this Moose
even
or who
giving
was
me the
that?
opportunity to.
Good
No, it's
morning,
just
Tommy.
that you're
Good
talking.
morning.
Yeah, let me talk to this. Let's see who this new. Let's explore this new person for a second.
Come on,
I
come
thought it was Moose, but
on.
it doesn't sound
It
like
is
Moose.
Moose. It is Moose.
Is he using the voice thing?
Yes.
Can you do Biden? Is it the AI one? Is it live? It sounded like it's maybe delayed or live. My
What do you mean delayed? This is my voice. I just
okay,
wanted to
well
say you're looking like the head secretary of the Eagles football team over there, Sly. Looking good. Looking
oh,
good.
hold on, Sly. Thanks for saying that, Moose. But I gotta switch my camera around to facing me. I forgot to show you the shirt, Sly Shy. But Moose, no, there's an AI thing. I have it on this weak laptop that I just use for like resumes and emails and shit. I can only record and change my voice into like somebody famous. But if you have a beefy computer, it can do it in real time as it learns your sound waves as you talk into it longer and longer to learn you better. Like
Now we're talking.
There's videos of kids in game chats as Biden and shit, and it's hilarious to hear Biden go, this kid got a brand new computer. He doesn't even know how to use it. It's stupid. But if you're Elon Musk or Rick Sanchez, it does it so well that you're not going to be able to trust your ears or your eyes anymore. Like deep fakes and fake voices and like the AI porn. Have you seen the AI porn? It's like weird stuff.
No.
Okay, it's like really surreal looking. It's like you might look at a person from a dream like they're kind of shiny or their eyes have a thing to them or something, but it's different ways. The AI can do like anime people or airbrush looking people. It's weird, but sometimes it messes stuff up because AI doesn't think like people. So you might see a girl that has like quadruple leg, or there might be like a weird, this girl's arm goes into this girl's waist like to be her arm. Like AI is just doing its thing, and sometimes it makes weird shit like that. Because like when AI was learning what wolves are, all the pictures of wolves would usually have snow in it. So there was a time they found out that the AI thought snow was a wolf because it would just have snow in it with no wolf and say that's a wolf. So they just tell AI, no, that's snow. It's not a wolf, and it modifies. until now it can just get better on its own.
Great stuff,
So-
Tommy. Great stuff.
Well, okay, so that's what I was saying. The AI porn, it's not like horrific Hellraiser shit, but there can be weird things like.
You
"Ew,
guys
look at
have a
porn."
great day. You guys have a great day. And I'm
Yeah,
out.
get out of here. Get out of here, old lady.
Bring it back, coach. Bring it back.
Go take a nap. Go take a nap, old lady.
You-
I'll see you later.
I
You need
hope
help?
next time.
You need help,
I
ma'am?
hope
to your
next time that I talk to you guys can be mature and treat me like I treat you.
Do you want Ben Stiller in The Scrubs from Happy Gilmore with his grandmother? Just like how you will go to sleep. Bro,
What?
put you to sleep. Go to sleep. Oh, put you to sleep. Yeah, I used to watch retards, man. It's like different classes of retards. Like some retards, you do have to put like the metalhead, motorhead people that it's like, listen, there's no cameras in your house. Just make sure this guy doesn't kick windows out, and you do what you got to do within OSHA, I'm safe, you're safe guidelines. And it's basically bouncers for mentally handicapped people that are like linebacker sized and don't know they can hug you and Elmira crush you and shit. But then you have people that's like, you got to be really delicate. Probably usually hire more women or dudes that can watch kids for people like that. All types, all types. I had one dude, I had to do like my Jesus time with him. His palsy was just so bad he couldn't talk and he couldn't even reach the joystick.
Is
of
that
the
where you
like,
take him to church or what?
You took these people everywhere and helped them do everything. You ran their money for them. You took them to Walmart. You shopped with them. You just made sure they interacted in public, and just some of them had programs where every day you went over their shit. No, that was just Sly Shy getting tired of telling us reality. So she bounced out. We'll see her next time. We'll talk to her later. Moose, whenever you came in, what were we talking about though? Man, that work
You
in
were
the mentally handicapped.
Talking about
child
voice
section.
changers, man.
Yes,
Voice changers.
Yes. See, with my alien filter, I was gonna try and do an Elon Musk voice, be alien sus. Just make that the alien filter thing. But I'm not gonna get into that shit. People tell me to make a channel. If I did, it would be like with a decent laptop or computer after this squeeze shit. Like all my money's tied up in plays, just waiting for the fucking market to crash so all these companies squeeze. I'm just scared that they're stalling the AMC squeeze to pay everybody in CBDCs. Chat or Danny or anybody on panel? Anybody? I know I talk CBDCs and yeah, I do it much, but everyone needs to know.
All right, give me a
Everyone
second.
needs to know that one basic thing that I think that's the switch flip, the next singularity. That
She's
it's
there
like,
for you.
you have to beat this,
See?
or when it happens, everything
See?
goes to a new way.
She's having some Krispies. So, wait, what are we talking about, Tommy? We're getting back to these CBDs.
Well, I'm just saying, I think there's an event coming within the next 3 years, or maybe whenever CBDCs get to. I think there's going to be a switch flip moment where they do switch cashless to digital, and if you don't have the proper regulation protection, I should say, it is all the slavery we've ever known with no chains needed, no cages needed. Just you lose your slavery and you don't get it back, and if you don't have regulations and rights into that switch to go cashless, because it's all
You're going to lose your
biblical.
slavery? You mean you're going to gain your slavery?
You will be the new slavery without
Yeah.
chains, without cages, and fuck. I had it following up before you've clarified. What was I have like ending it on? It was so fucking. Oh yeah, it doesn't require the mark of the beast. It's all the fucking tyranny of the biblical prophecy of to buy, to sell, only on a nitpicky, much more detailed level, if not just shut off. But it's no mark of the beast required. You won't need. It's just
Hey,
programmable like that.
Sly Shy saying she doesn't play with children and she doesn't rage quit.
She is a
So,
child, though. She is a child.
I mean,
I used to work with adult children, and Sly Shy is a legal, functional that. She's
I
only going
wouldn't
to
say
get
that,
more.
though. She's a nice
She's only
lady.
going to get more senile. Yeah, but she's not aware of a lot of what I'm saying. She doesn't know the depth that she's understating what I try to tell her in my experience. You know, like this is how I'm draining Danny. This is how I drain people because I think there's an underlying truth that everyone hears and doesn't want to bring up because it's like acknowledging the emperor is naked. And I'm okay to be like either crazy or a solo guy making everyone feel uncomfortable like that. I like that because my life wasn't like this. I used to be as a boy, as like through primary school and high school and younger life. I was that guy that could go to any clique at school to be like, what up, and hang out however long I want and talk to that clique about that way, like
I
play
was a
D&D.
real boy.
No, I was the you know, I was just that guy. I was primarily
I'm just saying. I'm just lighting in the mood.
I'm
You
like
sound like an old man who wants to tell his story, but it takes forever to get there.
no, okay, this is how I spiderweb, because what sounds like it's all over the place when I'm saying it is my brain can go to any subject from any subject depending on what
Right.
the
So
extra add-ins and
the rest
short.
of us have to be like Sherlock Holmes, and we have to have a poster
Right.
No,
board
so
with
what
all these
Benton
spider
has
webs
done,
going around.
no,
I-
that's also an advantage and a curse if you know how to use it. But what Benton can do, what
It's
Benton
true.
can do is he knows how to keep me on track to the subject. That's why I go to Benton a lot now, because he might be the autism he.
Please don't tell me Benton's your daddy.
Nobody's my daddy except a guy named Norris and my Sky Daddy, and that's Norris is just a blood DNA thing. Chuck, look at that fade. Chuck with the fresh fade. Nice.
What
Chuck.
is he up here?
Yeah, he's got the fresh fade. I haven't seen Chuck since he was like yokel. Like I'd see him in West Virginia. Chuck looks like a guy that would be like a mini league coach or something in my hometown when his hair
Mini
was
league
grown out.
coach?
Well, no, when his what do they call it? Mini Steelers. We had the mini Steelers or T-ball league or something. When his shit was grown out. Now he looks like he could work at an auto parts store in my hometown or
Hey Chuck, were you trying to pick me up for the little league? Is that what you're
see,
doing?
if you give him a collared shirt, he's at a Napa. He looks like a Napa counter dude if he has a collared shirt on. But yeah, if you get him the foam front hat, he looks like a coach. Looks kind of like a guy that was in my karate class as an adult. I don't know, man. I look at lots of people and I get vibes of like people from back east I had a life in. I've had many hats, many lives, Moose. Danny, I am kind of old in a way. And it's like the curse is I do look young. Even after doing meth and drugs and shit, I still look young. Because I really haven't stressed my life like people think. I'm perplexed by our near future, Danny. That's what perplexes me. That's the weight on these shoulders. Is what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Jack Talcott can help now that he's here, because that's a Jack Talcott issue, is like us as a society.
I got a question.
Hey man,
Dave.
if you can get back into the now for just a moment, man, and we could talk about me for about 2 or 3 hours, I think
I
that'd be
get him
proper.
in our one-on-one talks, like on Snap calls and shit. We FaceTimed before over a Snap call. Even that and phone calls, I can make him scream rage, like lose his shit, screaming at the phone only by the simplest solutions. Like, Jack, this is what you should do to not lose your house. This is why you can't end war and famine and poverty. This is why you can't get an audience with Congress and the UN. This is why Jordan Peterson will not meet with you. Like, I'm being real. I'm not raining on his parade. I'm like, dude, Jordan Peterson, his book, fought the woke from Canada on internet. Like, you cannot get an audience with him. You might be able to strategically bump into him somehow if you want to Ocean's 11 that,
Chuck,
but you can't.
if you strategically
just
place
call
your
up.
words, you might be able to get in this conversation today.
No,
Chucky.
like I'll let you in, Chuck, but Moose, like 4 years ago, Jack has a video saying, Jordan Peterson, I need to talk to you. Like, he posted a video, more clean cut Jack. Like, Jordan Peterson, I need you to get a hold of me.
Oh.
I think you and I can work together. Like, it's what he did to me. It's what he's going to do to Paul's panel. He's looking for funders now because he believes he's a
Nubs.
guru that adds value. Chuck, cut in. End me of this, but it's what's happening. Cut me
Oh,
off, Chuck.
did you see him lose his crap last night? On
No,
Paul's
because I
show?
was scolding. Okay, have you ever seen him pick his phone up and check it on the panel and like laugh to the sky? That's me going, Chuck. Like I'm trying to go, Chuck, do not take this. Say this. Say this right now, Chuck. And he would have looked like a god. Like Jack Talcott could look a god if I could Roxanne his lines when
Hey
Paul never
man,
given him
I am
shit.
so in tune with the creator, man. I'm close to God, closer than you'll ever be, man.
Okay, he has gotten off of a snap call before when I'm about to tell him how to up his money or pay a bill or what he can do. He's going, Tom, I got to take this other call. I'm going to jump off here. I'll hit you up later. You're like, okay, man, I'll see you later. Cool. And I'll go over to see what Paul's doing. And he went to Paul's panel to just get his ass kicked, to just get a foot up his ass. Like, not how to make money, not how to talk about the thing with his son that my war veteran friend with his son as a single dad. I was like, you can talk to them. They can tell you how to get back in with your son. You can even talk to his son that's like a senior in high school. You can talk to him and get his view. He forgets all about it. He goes back over to Paul. He lets him punch him in his face. He says he loves him for it. Can I have another? I love you guys. Like Wiz is doing the Jack Nicholson smile and nod when Paul does stuff and when Wiz says stuff and when Jack says stupid shit. Wiz will turn his camera on just to do that Jack Nicholson wild-eyed smiling. Yes, yes, Jack. Like Wiz is a fucking coot. Wiz is an old coot, but he's also like, it's like I don't.
He's a highly sought after life coach, bro.
I mean, I will
Live
cut.
without
I will
fear.
verbally cut each of their heads off, but for different reasons. Like I do. The cock has crowed 3 times for Wiz. 3 times in my YouTube Streets history, I've somehow privately gone to Wiz. The first time was on Paul's show in front of everybody when Paul had left to do something for a second, but just authentically went to him like, Wiz, no matter how much we play these games, I recognize you using the word of the Bible that I grew up with, and the game I'm playing with these millennials and Zoomers, and I cited how you remind me of people your age from back east that would be talking to me on barbershop porches and teaching me to stalk in the woods. Like, I don't think Wiz can do.
Wait, so that's where you stalk your women? Is in the woods?
No, I stalk animals in the woods. Women who can run faster than me.
Ladies, if he ever tries to take you out on a date up hiking in the woods, that's a cue. Okay, that's a dead giveaway. That's a red flag. Do not go with Tommy that day.
You sure do got a pretty mouth there, boy. Yep. That's Tommy.
Man. I think we got him in trouble with this parole officer.
Uh-oh. He left. I wanted to ask him a question, too.
Well, Chuck, you got to get in quick or you're just going to slip in the back.
Yeah. You know, Tommy suffers from COA, don't you?
Can't honestly not be an asshole. I don't know. What?
Center of attention. COA.
Oh, brother, I love that too, man. I love to be the center.
That's a good one.
Can't get a word in edgewise.
So, Chuck, what do you do?
What do? I exist.
You exist.
Abnorm says that would have been a 4-hour answer.
That's a fact. I don't.
He's coming back. Don't worry. You could ask your question. He's coming back.
Like the plague.
We got Sly Shy. She comes in here like the head coach. We got Larry. He's kind of like he's like Hugh Hefner. Then we got Danny over here. She's a maiden in the woods. And then Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck, the city boy Chuck.
I'm in the country, bub.
I know. I wish I was too. Damn it.
I was raised in the city, though. I used to live in St. Louis.
About you, Chuck.
I know everybody wants to pick on me.
What do you think of all this, Chuck? What do you think of all this crazy talk?
What, the Talcott talk?
Any of this that's going on in this room right now, this chat room.
Dude,
this is mild. This is mild compared to some of the other channels.
I
Is
don't
it
understand why people are getting offended with each other though. Like they should know me by now. I come around
do.
and I stir the pot a little bit, but I like my heart is true. Like I don't
It's
mean to hurt anybody's feelings.
and
it's
who are you?
pent-up
I can barely read.
frustration.
Are you Moose or who are you?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's Moose.
Oh,
this is
Moose.
marriage counseling 101 right here.
Marriage counseling.
I think you're the last person I'd take marriage counseling from.
Why? You saw I had a public divorce with Sly up here, I guess. She don't like me no more.
Oh, she likes you.
I'm just not funny though. I don't understand it.
Not
I'm
everybody's
not.
as funny for everybody.
I'm crying over here, Danny. Oh, dude, Luma Tommy's backstage. He's being held in the pit. He's being held in the pit. We need him.
The pit of despair.
How you doing, Larry?
Larry's busy with all that harem of women he has.
Oh, his mic's off. See that?
Dang. Sly's down there throwing blows. She's angry. Luma Tommy threatened children.
What?
I'm not feeling comfortable with this conversation anymore, folks. I
Which
think we're
one?
about to get wrapped up. Luma Tommy and children. Anytime that comes up makes me feel uncomfortable.
Oh,
Oh, Larry put Tommy in timeout.
mm-hmm.
I guess. It's okay when he hears Sly Shy rant, he goes and does stuff.
What's Sly Shy rant? I didn't hear no rant.
I don't know, man, but that was still funny. He turned his back on people. Oh, come on, Sly. I didn't turn my back on you.
I'm too old to
Come
get in
back.
all these arguments.
I just been busy, dude. Been busy. Luma Tommy threatened children and women. He is meth head scum. Snafu.
That's strong.
Oh, snafu. God, there's a character.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Keep going. Larry, if you're out there, Larry.
I don't know what he's doing.
There's Larry. Come in, please.
A good conversation, communication this morning.
I think everybody's doing good. What's going on over there? It seems like the kids are getting restless.
Yep, just one. Okay, there you go.
Oh, mine's doing the same right now. I just don't have the tools.
You just have one. The one?
Yeah, I only have one. What's up, moms?
Little.
It's too early for you to be smoking joints, Mom.
You got kids, Chuck?
What's that?
Do you have kids?
I got 4.
Oh, you got 4 kids. Nice.
3 girls and a boy.
Nice. I have 2 girls and 2 boys. Just
2 girls and 2 boys. Holy moly.
Yeah. The other ones are way older than this one.
Yeah, I think, what's my oldest? 39, then 37, then 30, and then 13.
Yeah. I got 24, 18, 14, and this 2-year-old. Which one?
Dang. It's a blessing. Beautiful blessing to have children.
Yeah, it is. They're a learning example. They're good teachers.
It's easier to have chickens, though.
Whoa. Hey, can you not cough? We're live on air.
Oh.